Chat, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to WebFishing Wednesday. How is everybody, dude? How's things? I'm echoing.
Sorry.
Oh no.
Sorry.
Well,
It's good. I'm so sorry. I
that's
ruined
it.
it
I'm
already.
turning the stream off. It's over.
It's
What's the
because the
point?
iPad was turned up.
What's the point?
I'm sorry.
Cynthia, welcome back to another WebFishing Wednesday. How are you?
I'm good. I'm ready to yap.
Ready? Yep.
Ready to yap.
Nice.
Don't forget to put your little lobby code in chat.
Oh, I will definitely do that. Let me drop the lobby code. You're right. Okay. Well,
Gotta get lobbied up.
before we jump into our prepared topics, do you have anything to talk about?
What do you mean by that?
Just anything off the script you want to talk about?
Off script. No.
Okay.
What about you?
Yeah. Ryan's World. I was scrolling through our television literally like an hour ago, just putting on something to watch until the stream while I was eating some dinner, dude. It's a little din, and on the homepage of our TV, it just gives you recommended things like for apps we don't have. It'd be like, this movie's on Tubi, this is watch this, watch that, you know. And Ryan's World movie popped up. And I was like, I forgot, dude. I forgot about Ryan's World. When did he get his own movie? So I didn't watch the movie. I didn't care about it. I went and looked at his
Well, I hope
YouTube.
not.
No, I didn't. I went and looked at his YouTube channel to see what the boy was still up to, because I was like, dude, there's no way he's got older. There's no way he's still reviewing like children's toys. I had to guess he had to be a teenager, and we looked into it. He is 14, right?
Yeah, he was 14. That's what it said.
So we go to this young lad's YouTube channel, dude, and his mom's all over it. I'm thinking there's no way. At least the content has to have changed if he's 14. He can't be reviewing the same stuff. But now his mom's like the face of the channel. It's all about his mom, and he has like two younger siblings. I guess I'm assuming it's his younger siblings, and it's like they've kicked him out of it. I scrolled for like 10, 15 videos before I even saw one, and it was called like Ryan's Gaming Room Reveal or something, and I clicked on it. I went to like scroll through it. It was like, it's an hour-long video. It was like 20 minutes before Ryan even appeared, and he's just kind of like there, and you can tell it's so awkward for him.
Yeah, it's very uncomfy.
I mean, at this point, change the channel name to just, I don't know, pass the torch, give it to his little sibling, Let Ryan retire.
Yeah, let's put Ryan on the back burner. But here's the thing: is that it seems like they kind of are. But at the same time, is it wrong for them to use his name and his platform? Should they make their own channel and just stop his?
I think it's fine, because it's not like he ran the channel. His mom always ran it, I'm assuming, or someone like in his family did. So, like, yeah. I think the channel is fine. Just rename it. You know what I mean? What's his little brother or sister's name? Just call it Their World, Make a video about it. Make it a video. But the thing is, here's what I'm wondering. Is it his family making him come back every so often to like, hey, people are here to see Ryan, so you need to get in one of the videos? Or the real question, is it like they've tried to get him to retire? You know what I mean? They're like, Ryan, you're 14, dude. Why don't you just go play Xbox, dude? Right off into the sunset, and we'll have, the other, your little brother and sister do it. But he's like Tom Brady. He's like, I got one more in me.
I mean, he seemed kind of like he wasn't out of the videos, but not necessarily deeply in them either.
Right. So the question really is, do they make him do the videos, or is he just a 14-year-old who ain't got it no more? You know what I mean?
I feel like it's kind of, he's a 14-year-old, he ain't got it no more.
You think he wants in the videos, but he's just not good at it?
Well, I think he maybe not is into it as much, but he's also not being forced.
Okay.
So he's letting his younger siblings take the mantle.
But you don't. So you do think that they ask him to be in the videos?
Yeah, I think so.
You don't think he's like begging, like, can I be in a Ryan's World video, please? It's been 3 months. Let me
No,
be in one.
I think they're kind of letting him do it at his own pace, just off a little glimpse that we saw.
Yeah. Okay.
But I do know there was like a whole TikTok thing of like people saying that they were like trying to make him look younger than he was, or playing with toys that don't really match his age. Where like he's 14, he's playing with toys that are for like 8-year-olds.
Right.
So I think people had a big issue with that, and it's like kind of weird to get on there and see a 14-year-old boy playing with like a 5-year-old's toys.
Right. Well, okay, well,
That's the
here,
kind of
I'll say this, right? Now, I was younger when I watched this. I was definitely a little younger. I don't know if I would watch it now. But one of my favorite YouTubers, back when they were like in a YouTube house with a group or whatever, they had a whole segment. His name's Uberhexer Nova on YouTube, or James. He when he was with this group, had a whole segment where he would review like children's toys. Maybe a little older. Maybe not like for literal 5-year-olds. Not always. You know, he reviewed like some some RC cars and helicopters and things too. But he maybe reviewed some younger kids' toys. But he's he's an adult. He's way older than me. But it was funny because he would like destroy them. You know what I mean? Like it was like still humor for like older teenagers or even young adults. So like maybe instead of like child proofing it, maybe they let the channel grow with him. You know what I mean? Maybe they're like, you know, I'm Ryan, dude. I'm gonna be reviewing this like RC car, and I'm gonna see if they can withstand me driving it into oncoming traffic. You know, and we'll see.
and I think that's what a lot of people did expect, because like their child was the age of Ryan when they were watching Ryan's World.
Right.
And then instead of Ryan kept growing with their child outgrew Ryan, even though he was staying the same age as their kids. So that's kind of the conversation I saw. I was like, hey, my son was 6. He was watching Ryan when he was 6. And then my son's now 10. Ryan's, 10 or whatever. And he's still playing with toys for a 5-year-old. Like, like he should have grew with his audience instead of, not.
Just them leaving him like behind or making him do like childish stuff. Lumen Ray, hey, how are you? Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for the 10 stream streak. That's kind of crazy. It's a wild thought to think that someone enjoys watching my streams enough that they would watch them 10 times in a row.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Thank you so much. How are you? Yeah, I feel like that would, I don't know, maybe in a different universe, there's, more mature Ryan videos out there,
Yeah, I think they could have done it that way, and it probably would have been so much better.
You know what I would like to see? You know how like in the 90s, right? Wrestling had the Monday Night Wars where you had WWE and you had WCW. I'd like to see him make his own channel, come off like from the family, kind of cut off from them and start his own mature mature for a 14-year-old. I don't know how mature you can be, but start his own channel where he does more mature toy reviews. And I want to see them kind of duke it out.
Well, why does it have to be so negative, man?
It's not negative, dude. It's competitive. It's competition builds, people to their best. I feel like why is it? It doesn't have to be negative.
Okay.
I just think we get to see what do people want. Do they want the little kid toy reviews, or do they want to see? Are they here for Ryan? You know what I mean?
I feel like kids really do want to. Like, watch, like how you like to watch games that you're going to buy.
Mm-hmm.
You want to watch a little video about it before you go spend the money on it. I think kids and parents want to see that if their kid is going to actually like it.
Well, so, okay. I mean, I guess I get that. But, like, so here's the question. Does Ryan... Oh, you're not going to be able to get on web fishing? No. I'm going to get your fish in your honor. This one's for Lumen Ray. Whatever fish this is. Well, so the thing is, are there new kids, like are there younger kids that are just discovering Ryan's World, or like you said, were there kids growing with them and now they're like, I can't watch this, it's not for me anymore, Because, I don't know. I guess they have numbers. I guess they have an audience. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, the last video we looked at only had like 5,000 views, where I do believe he was getting millions. I mean, he had products at Walmart.
Right. No, that makes sense. I definitely don't see Ryan products anymore.
No, I don't either.
Now it's all Mr. Beast bars.
You said Ryan Mr. Beast bars?
Now I said now it's all Mr. Beast bars. You don't see like the Ryan capsule toys anymore.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you see Mr. Beast bars.
That's what I was talking about.
Oh, I thought you were saying, like, you don't see those anymore either.
No, I'm saying now that's all there is the Mr. Beast bars.
I see a slime girl that I like. I see her products sometimes.
Yeah, I'm not much for slime. You know, I don't. It's weird enough because like my mascot slime, and I like slime games. But oh, that's okay. Appreciate you lurking though. I like slime things, but I don't actually like slime, like real physical slime. I won't like it. I don't like the texture. It gives me the ick.
Yeah, you're a hater.
I'm a little bit of a hater.
Okay, here's a question for you. It's not one of our topics or anything.
Okay.
And I guess I could have put it on our questions, but what is your favorite and this is coming from someone else asking you this, but I'm just going to ask you through stream. Anyway, what is your favorite evolution?
My favorite evolution from Pokemon?
Yeah.
Well, that's a loaded question, dude. I don't know.
I said what I thought your favorite was, but I don't
Yeah.
know if that was actually right.
I like a lot of love them. I love them as a whole. Like I really like Eevee and its whole its whole tree of evolutions. But there are some I like more than others. For starters, I don't really like Jolteon that much. I think it's kind of ugly.
Okay.
But that's nothing like, oh, I really hate Jolteon. I just don't consider him like one I really like. And I would say Espeon and Sylveon are probably my like tied for second. But my favorite's got to be Umbreon, I think.
Really? Okay, I said Sylveon was your favorite.
I do like Sylveon, but well, for one, Umbreon's got more of a nostalgic thing for me because, like, you know, that was from Gen 2, and I played Gen 2 a lot, like, so I grew up with Umbreon as my favorite. So even though I really do like Sylveon, I just feel like it's not even that old, you know, compared to, like, when I got into Pokemon.
Okay. I said mine was Vaporeon.
Vaporeon's okay. It's pretty good. What's your least favorite?
Flareon.
That's fair. It's kind of just mid, I guess.
Yeah, I feel kind of the same with Jolteon in that one too. I really like Leafeon as well, Umbreon, Espeon.
Oh, yeah, I love Glaceon too. I kind of forgot about that, but I love Glaceon.
And the Leaf one, so
Leafeon,
cute.
yeah.
Honestly, I like them all.
Yeah, it's a fun mechanic that it can just evolve into like whatever you want. What's your favorite Pokemon as a whole?
Fampy.
Vampy's a good Pokemon.
What is yours? I know what it is, but I'm asking.
It's Gengar, dude, of course. It's Gengar.
Oh, Gengar.
The best Pokemon, dude. He's just a chunky purple ghost. What's there not to love?
I mean, he's a good one.
There was a time I really liked Phanpy and Donphan a lot. I mean, I still do like them. I'd consider them on the top, like, half of Pokemon I like. But in the, I want to say it was the third Pokemon movie, the Entei one. There was this girl, and she basically has like dream powers. Like she can just dream stuff, and it happens. And she dreams up a lot of fake Pokemon that they later made like real Pokemon. You know, is I think how it happened. But she dreamed up like Phanpy, and mid-fight, it just evolves into Donphan because she was like losing. She was like, I dream about this cute little elephant Pokemon, and Brock was like, oh yeah, but it's kind of weak though. Your dream Pokemon kind of sucks. And she's like, and now I dream it was as strong as a bulldozer.
Literally.
And it just evolves mid-fight and kicks his ass. And I always loved that.
I mean, that's accurate.
But I mostly like all the Pokemon. I'm not one of those people who's like, I don't like this set of Pokemon. I didn't like this game's Pokemon, you know? Like, Gen 5 is a game that gets a lot of hate. People are like, oh, I don't like the Gen 5 Pokemon because they look all like inanimate objects. I don't mind them. I think they're fine. I actually think some really good Pokemon came out of Gen 5, but I don't know. I don't dislike any of them as a whole. You don't stick around as long as Pokemon has without having good character design.
So you're kind of stuck on more on old Pokemon.
No, I like them all. I like even the modern ones. I like a lot. I would say like I have a nostalgia for the old ones for sure, but that doesn't mean I dislike the new ones. I think a lot of the new ones are really cool looking. I
I
actually
feel like
think,
I'm not as updated on them.
yeah, I was gonna say the newest games, Scarlet and Violet, had some really good Pokemon designs, but I feel like it got overshadowed because the games aren't very good.
Yeah. And then, like, for me, I really mostly just played Pokemon Go, and so, that was quite a bit behind.
Right.
So I don't necessarily know all the Pokemon.
Well, I don't either because starting with, I want to say it was in Sword and Shield, they started doing DLCs where they would just put a lot of Pokemon behind like a paywall. So, you know what I mean? It's like, hey, pay $20 and you get like 10 Pokemon that you can go catch, or, you know what I mean? And like a couple of legends. And it's like, dude, I'm not doing that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's a scam. If there's ever been a company that scams people with their DLCs, it's Pokemon. So I've never bought a Pokemon DLC, and I don't know any of the DLC Pokemon ever. But that's just
Yeah, I don't understand buying for them. That makes no sense.
because, well, that's kind of my thing, right? Is it's like you can have DLC for like a game for, like, for example, Skyrim, right? And the DLC is like there's like a little mini story. Like there's this whole other storyline with side quests and like other stuff you can do, you know? And maybe they add new weapons and new like character classes. But I feel like it's different when you're talking about a creature collector, where the whole point of the game is to, literally the tagline is to collect them all. You know what I mean? And so then you're like, yeah, collect them all, but 10 of them are locked behind this $20 paywall. I'm good, you know? Like, that's a
See,
scam.
that's like another thing we've talked about. Like, even with like Slime Rangers, like you should. I'm not saying they've done this yet, but you shouldn't make the game be behind a paywall.
Right. No, I agree. If they add all the slimes from the older games, they should be free DLC.
Makes no freaking sense.
Because the thing is, I already paid for the new Pokemon game to see the new Pokemon. You know what I mean? I'm not paying again. And also, proportionately, it doesn't make sense. Let's say they add 60 Pokemon. Maybe that does make sense. Actually, proportionally, that does seem right. Hey, welcome to the stream. How are you, Jennifer? So, like,
Hey,
I guess
Jennifer.
proportionately, it does make sense. If a Pokemon game's about $60, and it has about 60 or so new Pokemon, maybe more, maybe less, depending on the game, then I guess it is kind of proportionate that it'd be $10 for like 10 DLC Pokemon. But like, I don't know. You know what I mean? It just didn't feel right.
Yeah, I don't understand. I mean, I brought up Slime Rancher, but other games making you pay for the rest of the game behind that just it's not right.
Yeah.
Or like even like Fallout 67, where like your game is broken, we're paid, people paid for it, and then now you want to fix it.
Yeah, that one's a bad case too, where like that should have been a free to play game from the jump. It's still not, but like it's
Mm-hmm.
pretty cheap pretty often. You can get it for about $5 to $10 usually. But like it really should have been a free game, and even then I would still say don't get it. It's kind of a scam, but what's
Mm-hmm.
crazy to me is how people defend that game now. People are like, "No, it's really good now." And I'm like, "How?" It's just like microtransaction slop. I mean, no, trust me. If
Yeah.
you, it's kind of like The Sims, where people are like, "Oh, I promise Sims 4 is good," and I'm like, "It's not good." And they're like, "Well, if you just buy $2,000 worth of DLC, it's really fun."
Oh, it was Jennifer, by the way, who was asking what your favorite evolution.
Yeah, it is Umbreon, but I like them all. Jolteon's my least favorite, and still, I like Jolteon's fine. I like Jolteon enough.
I didn't tell you who was asking. I just said someone was asking.
Somebody. Jennifer, what's your favorite evolution? I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna take an assumption that it's Vaporeon.
Whose?
Jennifer.
Are you saying that because I said mine was Vaporeon?
No, I'm just taking a guess. I'm just taking a wild swing.
I know her answer, but I'll just let her answer for herself. But I do know her husband's is the same as yours.
Umbreon's sick, dude. Umbreon's cool. Espeon. No, Espeon's great. Espeon's the best. I'll say that. Espeon's the best. I used to play a little competitive Pokemon back in the day, and Espeon is really good.
See, that's what I would have guessed was your second. I thought it was.
I would say it and Sylveon are kind of tied for second. I did an X and Y, which X and Y is pretty easy as far as Pokemon games go, but I did an X and Y Nuzlocke, and I got an Espeon, and I pretty much just used Espeon the whole Nuzlocke and beat the game. It's really, like, you can set up like 1 or 2 Calm Minds with an Espeon and pretty much beat any battle in that game.
That's insane.
Well, shall we get into our actual topics, or do you have anything else?
I think that's it.
Okay. Sylveon is really cool. The only thing I don't like about Sylveon is I don't like any Pokemon with like crazy weird evolution like techniques. You know, I like them to kind of, the stones are as complicated as I like them to be. Let's see, our first topic. Oh, dispatch review. Well, chat, you may know, I streamed Dispatch, dude, and I finished it recently, and I'm gonna give you my honest review of it. It's really good. I think, which I've kind of told Cynthia about this a little bit. I think you either like those kind of games, those narrative like type choices matter games, or you don't. That's kind of all there is to it, you know. But if you do like those games, this is a good one, maybe the best. My only issue is that there wasn't more, you know, and I actually had looked into it, and it does seem like they could be working on another season or chapter, or however, or I guess they're all the chapters, but I know their season, or however they want to call it, but they might be working on a second game of the same size, so that would be really cool. I really hope they do work on that, because I thought it was a lot of fun. I like the characters, I like the concept. I thought it was a cool take on the superhero genre. I like the gameplay mechanics, how it was like a little mini game where you just have to dispatch heroes. That was fun.
So how did you feel about it compared to like all the superhero, like, because it is like kind of movie based, compared to like the boys, to like Marvel, to Suicide Squad? Like, how did you associate it with those, like, comparatively?
I mean, it's a little different in that way, because it wasn't this concept where like the superheroes are villains. That's a big thing people do nowadays, you know, when they're not like Marvel or DC, is they are kind of like, yeah, the boys, what's not Epic? Epic's the musical. What is that? Invincible. They do the concept of like, what if the superheroes were kind of bad, kind of evil, or selfish, you know? I liked how it wasn't really that. It was like, they're mature, you know what I mean? They're mature, they're edgy, they say crazy things, but they're still hero. Like, no, the group you work with, the Phoenix program, they are former villains, so they maybe are different. But as a whole,
that's
like,
why I thought it was like more associated with like Suicide Squad.
It is kind of closer to that, yeah. But like as a whole, like it was mostly
like they took a good take on it, like to be different enough. Okay, I guess that's kind of what my question was.
Yeah, I do think it was different enough. I don't think it had this concept of like the all-powerful hero is like kind of the bad guy because that power like corrupts them. Like the what's his name? Phenomenon seems to be like a Superman type, and the Blonde Blazer seems to be another type of like Supergirl, like really powerful character. They were probably the most purely like good characters in the whole game, you know? So I don't think they went that direction where like power corrupts people, which I was kind of glad of because that's so overdone, you know what I mean? But I thought it was interesting to like, it was more so about redemption, like you said. It was more so about like just watching a group of like villains kind of like overcome their past and be good, and your choices and helping them get through that was a lot of fun. I thought it was an interesting story with an interesting concept, and the art was beautiful. The voice acting was really great. A lot of like names I recognize, like Moist Critical, Jacksepticeye was in it. Young Gravy was apparently in it. I saw at the end. That was kind of wild.
That's crazy.
There's some other voice actors I didn't recognize, but I want to replay it at some time and kind of make different choices. But mostly I wish there were more like chapters. It was a lot of fun, and I would say the best one ever is The Walking Dead, and it maybe still is, only because there's so much more of The Walking Dead compared to this one. But it was The Walking Dead's the oldest one of these, and it's so old now that like this one could easily overtake it if it just got another like game or another season or whatever.
Okay. Makes sense.
Do you ever think you could get into a game like this?
No.
Not at all.
I mean, I don't want to say that I didn't like it, just watching you play it, but
Mhm.
I kind of feel the same way I did when you were playing Stardew. It's like, I wouldn't play this game. I'm
Right.
not that interested in it. I just don't think I like those kind of games.
And so I also think it's fair to say this one is a lot less interactive than the other, like the older Telltale games are, because this one you don't walk around at all. Like it literally is just cutscenes, decision making, and quick time events. The Walking Dead game, you do walk around at least, like in between like cutscenes.
You
Like
have some freedom.
yeah, you kind of go place to place, and you can decide who you do and don't talk to. So like, let's say you get into an argument with a character, right? In a cutscene, when you're walking around freely in the space you're in, you can still like choose to go up and talk to them, or you can just ignore them. You know, that may even be like a choice in the game. It's like you chose not to go over there and like interact with that guy. So it's
So would you say you wish they had more of that?
no.
So
I
it
think
didn't feel so much like a movie?
it made sense for what this one was. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I don't really know how they would have you just walk around. In The Walking Dead, it makes more sense because you're like at like kind of like different bases or camps, you know, like in between like moments that are happening. Like you're just like at one point you visit Herschel's farm in the video game,
Oh, really?
and you can just walk around Herschel's farm, and that makes sense. But like I don't know when there'd be a good point for you. Maybe you could walk around like the base place. I don't know. I just think they both are fine. I think the way this one worked fine for me. I didn't mind not being able to walk around or interact with the world, but I was wondering if that maybe made a difference. Like, would you try The Walking Dead knowing that you can do that?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Well, I like The Walking Dead, so I feel like I would like it more. But
And
yeah, I would try it.
maybe that's the thing too, because most of these games, minus this one and The Wolf Among Us, are usually like IP games. Like there's a Batman one, there's a Game of Thrones one, there's a Guardians of the Galaxy one. So maybe it depends on you for like whether or not you like the IP a lot.
I feel like that does matter to me, because when I started to care more about Fallout, it was after I started watching the show.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, just game-wise, I feel like that does contribute to how much I like the game.
Right.
But also, I never seen like a Slime Ranch or anything else, and I like that game. So I guess it just, just depends.
Right. That makes sense. So like maybe if there was a game with these characters, but it wasn't a narrative making choices game first. You know what I mean? Maybe there was like it's just a superhero game where you got to play as the blonde blazer or something, and then you played that. Maybe you could translate it better. You know, you could get more into it.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that.
I do definitely think that it's like these games aren't for everybody. You know, they're really good games, and I would honestly, if I had to rank it like 1 to 10, I would give this game like an 8.5 to 9. It was really good, but I wouldn't recommend it to most people.
It's a specific type of person who plays those games.
Right.
You have to at least be into that kind of stuff.
I think you have to enjoy like the narrative of a game enough, and I honestly think that I've discovered that you care mostly about gameplay.
Yeah, I feel like if it is a lot of narrative, I really feel attached to it
Right.
to enjoy it.
I don't mean to call you out, but you don't even want to play the Pokemon games.
Yeah. I've tried. Not for lack of trying.
Right. If there's too much reading, you're just not into it.
Yeah, and it's like, repetitive. I'm not into it.
Which I don't know. I mean, I guess I see what you mean by it being repetitive. It's the same battling system over and over. You know, You just kind of level up and you get, it gets more difficult, but you also get better at it. But I never have found, I totally see your point of it being repetitive. I just never have found it repetitive, personally.
It didn't feel repetitive to you.
Right. Oh, you guys can't get into Pokemon games either. Okay.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. I just find that interesting, and there's no judgment. I mean, some people don't like Pokemon. I guess it's maybe because Pokemon's literally the first game I ever played. Maybe that's just I feel very differently about it.
I feel like that has a lot to do with it, because I do like Pokemon. Like, I played Pokemon Go. I mean, I like, what did you call it? Like IP Pokemon. I like all that.
Yeah.
I have like Pokemon Crocs. I like Pokemon.
Just
because
not.
I can't get into the games.
Right. That makes. I mean,
my favorite Pokemon is Phanpy.
Phanpy's a good one.
If they sold like Phanpy merch,
they do. They definitely sell Phanpy merch.
I ain't seen none.
You just gotta Google it online.
Not the way I found you, like Gengar.
So that's a little unfair. Gengar is like one of the top 10 most popular Pokemon for sure.
That's what I'm saying. It's like not as out there.
There's still tons of Phanpy merch though. Like compared to like something like Yu-Gi-Oh though, where like let's say your favorite Yu-Gi-Oh monster was something pretty unpopular, there's probably not going to be T-shirts. Yeah, if your favorite card's Pot of Greed, there's probably not going to be a ton of T-shirts and posters and little plushies,
At least with Phanpy, I could find something.
Yeah, it exists for sure. Well, anyway, that's my honest review of Dispatch. I think if you like narrative games or you like a good story, it's really worth checking out. It's really fun. Now,
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
What is the replayability? Do you think 1 to 2 times? Do you think you could play it endlessly?
Not endlessly. Now, I mean, it really is going to depend on like case to case, for each person. For me, I could replay it at the most 3 times. You know what I mean? Like, because
that seemed about right to me, 2 to 3 times.
I would want to go through and get all the like major choices, but like I'm not gonna go through and make sure like I do every possible outcome. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna play through the game 30 times because there's 30 unique like choices you can make all throughout the game. I'm not gonna do that. But when it comes down to, like you saw on Dispatch, like, choose between this girl and that girl, I'd at least like to go back and, like, choose the other girl,
Choose the other one, yeah. So I would say 2 to 3. That makes sense.
But that may be even...
How much did the game cost?
I think it was... I want to say it was $30, but that may be wrong. $30 or $40.
So how do you feel about that? You feel like just with the name attached, it's worth it?
So... For me, it is worth it. I enjoyed it. I thought, because I care more about the quality of my time more than the quantity, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, some people like game, like, I don't think, like, Minecraft's kind of a bad example because that's a quality game, but I'm trying to think about a game people could play a lot. Like, Fortnite.
Fallout or something.
Fallout's good too. Well, yeah, let's say Fallout 76. You can spend a lot of time playing Fallout 76. But is it a great game? Not really. Not by people's average standards in video games. This game maybe doesn't have the... Like, Baldur's Gate's kind of like a perfect video game. Or, like, it is really, really good. And it's high quality. And for a lot of people... Not for me so much, but for a lot of people, it has a ton of replayability. You know what I mean? Like, people could just... Some people, that's all they play. They can sit down and just play it over and over and over. And that's fine for them. They love it. And for me, I like games where, like, it doesn't really necessarily need replayability, but it has to be quality. If I play through it the first time, it's just got to be good.
Okay, I was just curious. So you feel like the $30 for 2 to 3 times was worth it, and also the names attached to it. Obviously, they have to pay those people. So.
Right, and you got to think about it. It has a higher art quality than most games.
No, it looked really nice. I mean, it looked like an actual movie, like an animated little film.
But it also comes down to what you decide is value in a video game. Like, some people will spend $70 to $100 on like a Madden, right, or an NBA because they think it has replayability and it's and that's what's fun for them. But to me, those games are low quality. You know what I mean? There's no voice acting.
Yeah.
I mean, there's minimum voice acting. There's like 2 announcers, or whatever. But there's minimum voice acting. The graphics are the same they've been since like the 2010s, more or less. They reuse assets from their games for, like, forever. There was a big controversy with one of the Maddens like a few years ago, where there were like the jumbotron still said like Madden 22, but it was like Madden 23.
That's crazy.
So like,
because they reuse it.
They reused it, yeah. So like, some people will spend the money on those and they think it's worth it because they can play it so much. For me, that's a waste of money personally, because those games are low quality. You know what I mean? As for this, yeah, it's short, sweet. You can get maybe 12 hours at the most per like season or whatever out of it. But I enjoyed my time, and I felt connected to the characters. That's important to me. I love a good character.
That makes sense. I mean, I even me watching it, I did like some of the characters, and I didn't like some of the characters.
Right.
But I did feel like I had an opinion about them, not like I don't care.
Right, yeah, because like, whether I like a character or not doesn't necessarily dictate they're a good character. A good character is someone that like fits their role as a character well,
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I hate a villain, that's still a good character. They're a really good hateable villain.
Like a good Roman Reigns. Like, obviously he's a good villain because I hate him.
Right. The villain that I don't care about, the forgettable villain, that's a bad character.
Yeah, exactly.
I really do hope that they release more of this game. I did see a lot of like online discourse about how it may be just kind of like difficult to like move forward because of the nature of how the game ends.
What does that mean?
Like, I don't want to give too many spoilers, but for example, the choices you make really do determine the outcome of the game. And so you can, I don't want to call them good and bad endings, but you can get like an ending where like one character has a certain outcome. Maybe a character goes to prison, right? But then you have an outcome where they don't. How do you make that fall into, because like the longer the game goes, the more like branching like things you have to make for the game. You know what I mean?
Well, it kind of makes me think of like Resident Evil, where yes, you could end with 2 different stories, but like there is the right answer, So if you continue the story, they just pick one. They pick the correct.
I totally agree that existing, like, that happens in Fallout, like, where they kind of choose like, well, this one's the canon ending for that game,
Right.
Even if it's not the one you got. I don't think that would work for a game like that's the whole point. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think it would work. I think you do have to have multiple cutscenes for like each different like choice people made. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I guess that would make sense.
But that's just my take.
But it also needs to be playable without playing the games before.
Again, that's kind of, these games are real weird because they maybe don't fit into that. Like, normally I would say, yeah, a game needs to be somewhat playable without you playing the games prior. With this one, I don't know if I agree. I think, like, to play The Walking Dead, like, it does give you a recap if you start in like the second section, the second chapter, or the second season or whatever. It gives you a recap of things that could happen or did happen, like, to everybody, but I still think that, like, you should go ahead. It's kind of like watching a TV show. You should go ahead and watch the first season.
I mean, yeah, but I even feel like a TV show is different.
How do you mean?
Just because, like you said, they do give you a recap. But like, for the most part, you still have to watch a TV show. You're not going to understand everything.
Right. I think it's the same. Like, they can give you a recap, but you still might be confused on some things if you didn't play through it, entirely. And also, like, I feel like the choices can have like a disconnect, because I think the choices you make in like the second season should like have at least some kind of like relatability to season 1. And if you make it where they could be standalone games, then I feel like, playing season 1 almost feels unimportant. You know what I mean? And like the choices I made and the things that happen next don't matter.
Okay, I guess it makes sense. And it's kind of funny. It kind of goes in with our second topic.
Right, which I know off the top of my head, and I'm not going to look at a piece of paper for, and it is... Oh, the TikTok clip thing?
Yeah, like people like because we were saying like on the show, you can't watch like the recap and you've never seen it before,
Mhm.
and hope that you get everything. You're gonna be so lost, even though you watch like the recap. You're gonna be like, wait, what?
Right.
Like you truly have to dedicate the time to watch a show or movie or something, and then like nowadays on TikTok, you can literally watch whole movies.
Yeah, which
I've
is
had to.
crazy.
It's insane. And then also, I know a lot of people who don't actually sit down and watch a TV show and watch just clips that they see on TikTok, and they'll be trying to conversate with you about said show, and then you'll bring up like a little minute detail that's like important, but like wasn't a big moment, and they're like, "Oh, I didn't see that because I watched it on TikTok clips." I'm like, that's not really that's almost considered watching the show now. Is, oh, I watch clips on TikTok.
Yeah.
And I think that goes into a lot of, the thing you were telling me about with Resident Evil, if you want to talk about it.
Yeah, so the whole reason we even started this, brought it up, is there's been a lot of discourse over X the past week or so. Because, Resident Evil Requiem is still kind of hot and new. It's the big game going around. And there's been a lot of discourse where basically people are saying a lot of so-called Resident Evil fans don't even play the games. They only have watched like YouTubers or streamers play through the games, or maybe some of the games, or they'll go on YouTube and just find like you can find little people call like video game movies, where they'll just put in all the cutscenes without all the gameplay.
That's insane.
And I don't know how strongly I feel about this, because for one, in all fairness, not all people have the means or the ability to play video games. You know what I mean? Maybe there's somebody out there who doesn't have the new generation consoles to play Requiem, that they really want to know what it's about, and they know they won't be able to get it. So, like, I'm not trying to gatekeep what they watch on YouTube. You know what I mean?
For sure.
I think where the
The issue.
the issue, I guess we'll call it, is people kind of, how do I say, like, people, I guess, trying to talk about the games like they know it when they don't. You know what I mean?
Or being negative about it, like forming an entire opinion
Right.
based on something you hadn't even played yourself.
Jennifer says the extent of my knowledge on Resident Evil comes from the Leon Kennedy lower back tattoo TikTok edits. I don't know exactly
And
specifically what you mean by lower back
like the
tattoo
thirst
edits.
traps.
Oh.
Like the thirst traps of Leon Kennedy. I see them too.
No, I see thirst traps of Leon Kennedy all the time, dude. I mean, if you're on Resident Evil TikTok, it just kind of happens. You just kind of find yourself there.
You gotta be on Resident Evil TikTok. It came up on mine.
But if you are on Resident Evil TikTok, you're gonna find them. But yeah, I think that's just people who are. I think that like it kind of comes from like this. People will be like, I didn't really like Requiem. I didn't like the way I didn't like the way that. And they'll be like, why? And then people can't really explain it. They're like, well, I saw my favorite YouTuber play it, and it's like, well, you don't really, you know what I mean? I totally see both
Your own
points.
opinion.
I totally see both points. You can watch this because I think Resident Evil has a convoluted, weird story. And to be honest, I don't know how many people play it for the story. I'm not saying like it's not important that it has a story, and I do try to keep up with it the best I can from the games. I haven't played all of them, but I also don't like to, like, I'm not going to pretend like, oh yeah, I've been playing Resident Evil since the first one. I haven't. The first one I ever played was 2, and I think I've talked about it. I skipped like every other Resident Evil. And I've got a bunch of them on the remakes on Steam now, because I always played the originals back like when I was a young child. So I'm gonna go back through and try and play all the Resident Evils eventually, at least the remakes. But I think actually this is a big part of the discourse. And as someone who hasn't played Resident Evil 3, I don't know what to say, because I think I'm a pretty big Resident Evil fan, but I haven't played the original 3rd game. So, but I did get the 3 remake when it was on sale. I haven't played it yet. Apparently, the 3 remake cuts like most of the content out of the game.
Oh wow!
Like apparently in the 3rd game, you travel all over the world. You do tons of stuff. There's all these different locations. and they cut most of it out of the remake. And I as someone who didn't play the original third one, I kind of would like to, just to see like what is going to be cut out of the remake. I don't have a stance on it, but I also wouldn't say, oh, I think the third game as a remake's fine, because I don't know. You know what I mean? I feel like that's where a lot of it comes from, is people speaking on things. Hey, welcome to the stream. How are you? They're speaking on things they don't know about.
Yeah, I think that's what a lot of my issue is, like, when people start talking about shows or movies. It's like, you haven't even watched this movie for yourself.
Right.
You're forming entire opinions based off of a TikTok clip.
Yeah, I definitely, with the
Like,
movies
you
it's
can form an
different,
opinion.
because you can probably go see a movie. You can have access to a movie a lot easier than a video game, I would say.
Yeah.
But like, even with the games, I think you can watch them, you can be knowledgeable about like what's people think and what's going on. But I do think that the rubber hits the road when you start trying to speak on the game and you haven't played it, and you start talking about like, yeah, like, oh, I didn't like this mechanic, I didn't like that mechanic, I think the game plays better in third or first person. It's like, you don't know. You have no clue. Small. That person was small, dude. But that's just, so like, how do you feel about this whole like watching things on TikTok though as a whole? Like, where do you know, because it's a little different. People aren't really, I guess, watching Resident Evil on TikTok necessarily, unless it's a stream. They're talking about, you're talking about more so like they're watching like clips of movies or TV shows.
Yes. Yes, a lot of like shows, a lot of people just watch the TikTok clips now, and I'm like, that is not the same as watching a show or a movie.
Right.
And I've had real discussions with this. Like, one of my sisters does this really badly.
Mm-hmm.
She watches entire movies, shows on TikTok.
But then, like, in a real conversation, has like no idea what you're talking about.
Unless it's a very big moment, she is pretty much clueless on what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I've known people to do that even when they haven't seen clips. Like, when video games, I've known people who don't play video games I play, and just because it's a popular game or they think they have heard of it, they just pretend they kind of know about it, you know?
Yeah. Like, it's pretty wild. I don't know. I just feel like TikTok is kind of like ruined the, like, I've said like 10 times in 1 minute, but it's ruined the real conversations of like, oh yeah, I spit my tongue and I actually like this thing, instead of watching, a few clips on TikTok.
Right. You can totally play music, but I can't have it on the stream because it might get copyrighted or whatever, because I post these on YouTube. But you can definitely play music, just know I can't hear it. I appreciate the thought though. Yeah.
Yeah, I do like how people can do that, but I know you got in trouble last time.
I didn't get in trouble. Luckily, the music that got played was like fair on YouTube anyway. Like, it's okay to play it on YouTube. So, but I could have gotten in trouble. Would you drop the Discord while I'm thinking about it?
Yes.
Thanks.
Let me track down my phone. I'm sorry.
I think it's a whole broader discussion too. It kind of leads into the whole like concept of like people just having shorter attention spans, because of like watching short form media.
Yeah.
Which I don't know. I don't mean to say it in a braggy way. I'm just kind of different. I don't really love short form media anyway, but it is totally copyrighted. Yeah, but I really enjoy long form content. You know what I mean? Like, even if I have to watch it in parts, just because of like the hassle of everyday life, I will totally just like pick out a 4-hour video and just watch it 15 minutes here, 20 minutes there, like I don't know if short-term content, like, it just kind of loses me because it's not interesting, you know what I mean? Like, it's not, it doesn't usually have anything to say.
I can agree with you on that.
What do you think you watch mostly? Do you feel like you watch long content, short content?
Oh my gosh, I say more content the better. My favorite thing, I feel like, is actually TV shows. Like, sometimes YouTube videos I feel like aren't long enough for me. I like a good movie, but it's like sometimes I want more than that. I want like hours and hours and hours of content. But I have to really like it. I will say that. I can't just watch any kind of anything.
Right.
Now, I do have my fair share of trashy reality TV I like to watch. I won't deny that. But
Yeah.
I do kind of have an obsession with TV, especially TV shows.
But like, it is definitely a real thing where people can't watch like long form content anymore, and I don't
It's
really know. I don't
crazy.
think it's healthy. I don't think it's like a great thing, you know?
I mean, I've heard like, just like how TikTok ruins your brain because of like just the short attention span and like
Yeah.
people trying to sit in a room for like 5 minutes without doing anything, and like some people can't even do it because of like TikTok. I don't think I could do it because I know you couldn't. You need stimulation.
Yeah.
Like my brain needs to be stimulated by something. Like give me some slime, give me something, I'll be fine. But I need something.
Avatar: The Last Airbender having a fourth season would have been great. I wish. I love Avatar. I play Magic the
Yeah, that.
Gathering, and I haven't really been into it in a long time because mostly I think the quality of the games has been bad. But when the Avatar set came out, I was back in for like that one little month or two. I was all the way back in. It was such a good set. I love Avatar.
And then you got back in for Spider-Man, and then you got out of it again.
Yeah. Well, I got a little bit of Spider-Man, but like I didn't really like playing Spider-Man. It wasn't fun to play. I just like the Spider-Man. My Avatar was fun to play. Like beyond just being
Yeah.
Avatar cards, it was a fun set. Have you? We might have talked about this before. Which kind of a bender would you be?
Waterbender.
Waterbender makes sense.
What about you? I know you'd be a firebender.
I'm ashamed to say I'd probably be a firebender.
I know it.
Doesn't mean I have to be evil. I could be a good firebender.
No, I think you might be a little evil.
I could do important good things, dude. I could be like a hero. I could I could crush nations beneath my. No, that's not right. I could burn people who disagree with me. No. I don't know. I'd be a good firebender
How do you know though?
because I have passion.
For evil.
Not for evil. I have passion in general. I could be passionate about anything.
You're evil.
Why would you innately be good just because you're a waterbender?
Cause I'm good.
So, you might turn bad with
personality.
power.
No, I wouldn't. I don't really care about the power. I care about helping people.
What would you do if you had waterbending? Realistically, what would the first thing you do?
Um, I would show off my magic tricks to like kids or something.
Me too.
Yeah, and kill them.
I would be like, give me your lunch money, or I'm going to show you how to firebend. That's what I...
Well, I would definitely tell you about it. That'd probably be the first thing. No, you'd be jealous. I wouldn't tell you.
What?
Tell me
Tell,
what?
you said I'd be jealous. Oh, you wouldn't tell me you'd
Yeah,
waterbend?
yeah, I wouldn't tell you because you'd be jealous. You'd
I would
be
tell
heartbroken.
everybody I could firebend. Jennifer said her and her husband are
Yeah,
also a
with
water
death.
and firebender. That's funny.
I think we're the same houses as them as well.
Yeah. Oh, and Harry Potter?
Yep, I think y'all are both Slytherin and no, she's Ravenclaw and I'm a Gryffindor, but y'all are both Slytherin. So
I am
I
a
think that's what
Slytherin
you told
dude,
me. I'm
but
trying to remember.
and that was a little harder to justify because there are good like
Yeah,
firebenders.
see,
There aren't that really many that good
see.
Slytherin.
Would you be a good Slytherin? That's the real
No, of
question.
course not. Do you know how much bad stuff I would get into?
What's the
Voldemort,
worst
dude, would
thing you
join
ever
my
do?
army.
You'd be leading the army.
He'd be like, I'm gonna follow this guy, dude. He's got way better plans than me.
Voldemort just sucks.
Nah, he's pretty scary. Oh, dude, speaking of something I'd like to talk about, not really on the docket turn, I guess, or whatever, but like, I had a little super late birthday party this past weekend, and one of my favorite things, dude, and it's the small thing. It's not that it's a small thing necessarily, but it's You know, it's the little things in life that bring you joy. Because every time me and Cynthia go to any store that has Legos, there's like a Dobby, and it's not one of like the ones that's like a castle, or it's not like, you know, it's like a just a big clunky kind of Dobby that you put together. And every time I'm like, dude, there's the Dobby. It's the giant Dobby. I love Dobby. And my mom got me the Dobby Lego thing for my birthday, and I was overjoyed. It's got a little sock, dude. I can't wait.
And then you go and tell me I'm putting it together.
Well, that's true. I don't want to build it.
You just want to look at it.
I just want to put it in my collection.
Of my Harry Potter Legos?
Yeah. And all yours are like these nice, eloquent pieces of like the whole castle, the night bus. What is the other one you have?
I have the car.
The car. And hers are all like realistic looking, like elegant pieces. And I'm just going to have like big Duplo Dobby next to them.
It's going to be good. Didn't you get another Harry Potter, a potions?
Oh,
class?
yeah, this one's more like what you have. It's like potions class. That one's nice. I mean, Dobby one's nice too. It's just...
Did you see what she said about all Slytherins?
Oh, just J.K. Rowling's bad writing is why they're all evil. That makes sense. A lot of people do not like her. I totally... I don't know. I mean, I don't know where I stand on, like, truthfully, her having bad writing is, like, kind of, yeah, that makes sense. Like, why are all the Slytherins bad? It would be a fun story to have a good Slytherin. But also, she made Harry Potter, and people love that, so, like... Well, here's the real question, right? If there was a, like, because that was kind of like the first big, like, wizard story. Or magic school story. If someone else would have beaten her to the punch and made a magic school story that was, like, that big, would we all be talking about that thing instead of Harry Potter right now?
Probably.
Is it just because it was the first one?
Because I know she's, like, not a good person or whatever.
You know what? My favorite example of her bad writing is calling the only Asian character Cheech Chong or whatever. What's her name, dude?
It's like, hold on, because she plays on Bridgerton. She's like a lady.
Cho Chang, that's what it is. It's Cho Chang.
Yeah, Cho Chang. We looked it up the other day.
That's not me being hateful. That's the character's name. That's insane. It's insane that her name is Cho Chang.
Like the only Asian character. Insane. Well, if y'all want to see more of Cho Chang, watch her on Bridgerton. She does a great job. She's a great actress.
I'm going to play through
no idea.
Hogwarts Legacy, and I'm going to play Cho Chang. I'm going to make a Cho Chang character.
Well, give her a better name.
No, she's got to be Cho Chang.
Because why would she name the only Asian character? That's horrible.
I don't even know what house she's in. I want to say it's Hufflepuff, but I'm not certain.
I thought she was in Gryffindor.
No, I don't think she's in Gryffindor.
Oh, my bad.
It's hard to say, though. If they're not a super important character, then, like, who knows? Also, they all stopped wearing their robes after, like, the second movie. So, like, she's Ravenclaw. Okay.
Oh, okay.
I haven't read the books in a long time. I read them when I was, like, I want to say in the 6th grade. So...
Is it appropriate for a 26-year-old to read them since I never got the chance?
I think so, yeah. I think it's fine.
Maybe I should read them.
I don't know how they hold up. I haven't read them in a long time. I do remember my favorite thing that's in the books that's not in the... I don't remember. I think it was in the 4th book. Is Hermione tries to basically, like... be an activist for the house elves that work at Hogwarts, and she's like, you don't have to be house elves, you can be free, and they're like, no, we like working in the kitchens. Stop trying to put us out of a job. She's like trying to be like this liberal activist, and all the house elves get together and like, this white lady's trying to take our job.
That's funny. She's trying to destroy our job.
Yeah, I love that, dude. I love the house elves. They're all my favorite characters. Literally, my 2 favorite characters are Dobby and Creature.
You definitely are a Creature type because you're just a little grumpy.
I'm not a little grumpy, dude. Come on.
I would have been the Harry Potter kid in school, but honestly, my parents didn't let me watch it, so
It's the work of the devil.
the work of the devil.
I got in trouble at church one time when I got forced to go to church because between reading the Harry Potters and one of my favorite movies growing up I had on VHS was Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost, and it was all about this lady who's a Wiccan who has a spell book. And a big point of the movie is that they're trying to find this witch's spell book. And so, like, obviously, dude, I didn't care about church. I would go and just kind of go through the motions. And here's the thing. I read Harry Potter all day. And then on the weekends, on Saturday, I stay up watching The Witch's Ghost on rerun all night, where they're just talking about a spell book. And then you give me this big-ass ancient text with all this reading, all this text I can't understand and read. And you send me to Sunday school. And you expect me not to walk around the school going, I used my spell book. That's on you guys for bad planning.
So you called the Bible like a spell book?
Yes, I did, and I went around casting spells on people, and I got in a lot of trouble. My mom was like,
with your Bible?
Yes, I would go around and be like, just saying hoopla, just making up like rhymes and stuff. And my mom was like, so mad at me because she's like, everyone's gonna think you worship the devil, and I was like, I do.
What do you mean?
Now I turn you into a toad. And she was like, stop.
No more goosebumps for you.
No more goosebumps. That's the story of how I got my VHS taken out of my room. My VHS player.
That's so funny.
I don't know what they expected. I mean, you cannot give us... What about fried rice makes you not like it? What a random question.
I think it's probably because I told her you don't like OEC and stuff.
Maybe
is that what she's talking about?
I guess so.
Like actual fried rice? Okay.
It's not the rice. I actually don't mind the rice, but I can't eat too much rice because it's kind of plain. It's the thing is I just don't like... I don't really like sushi. I don't like fish at all. I don't like any seafood. And I don't like hibachi that much. It's just not my... I don't know.
You don't like the pink sauce?
Don't like pink sauce.
I hope that's what she was actually talking about.
I don't think I brought up fried rice when I was talking about my Bible spell book, but I don't know, dude. I kind of blacked out. Whenever I talk about my spell book, voices take over and I just kind of lose myself. But yeah, dude, I also was kind of a Harry Potter kid back in the day. What a sad... Hold on. Mod's banned her for 20 years.
I'm the mod, no. We're just trying to... You know what? We're trying to fix you because something's wrong with you for not liking sushi or anything.
I don't like any kind of seafood.
I think everybody's on my side because I can't enjoy my life as a sushi lover because of you.
I can't go anywhere because we live in the South, right? And everyone just loves seafood. Like everyone wants to go to like crawfish boils and they want to go eat crab and they want to do this.
You're talking about me, your wife.
No, I'm talking about everybody. Everybody around us wants to do these things. And
I want to do those things.
I know, and they're all like, "Let's Cynthia go to these things," and I've never said you can't go. But like, I don't want to go. There's nothing for me there.
Yeah, if anybody invites us to a crawfish boil, we're not going because Blake doesn't like it.
I feel the same way about...
I will go.
Like, I want to go to Italy in the same way you like all that stuff. Like, I just want to go to the land of pizzas
that's so different.
Pizzas and pastas and... No, it's not different.
I don't like pizza and some spaghettis and all...
Okay.
I go to those places that have that for you.
Yeah, but they have everything, dude. Some places only have fish.
That's not true. We went to Juicy Seafood and you had chicken.
But I don't want to. I don't want to go to this place and get expensive chicken tenders. It's not. I'll do it. Here's the thing. I'll go get chicken tenders. If that's my fate, then I'll do it.
Maybe you can get something after.
I'm gonna go to McDonald's and I'm gonna get a little 10-piece of whatever they put in their chicken nuggets, and I'm gonna sit down at the sushi restaurant and I'm gonna eat chicken nuggets.
Just bring Chick-fil-A. Yeah, I kind of agree. Crawfish is low-key disgusting.
Crawfish is nasty, dude. All seafood's nasty.
No, that's like river food.
It's all river food. It
Not
all
even
comes out of the
seafood.
water.
No, but that's like not seafood.
Yeah, but all the
Like
oceans
that's
are
not
nasty.
saltwater. That's like a lake or something. I don't know what that comes out of too.
And I don't mean to judge people on what they eat, but like now I feel attacked, so I'm on the defensive.
Well, just where you are.
That's right.
You just have a bad opinion.
Oh no, there's no bad opinions.
Yeah, it is when your opinion is that.
You guys be honest with me. I need honest truth. If I played as Cho Chang in Hogwarts Legacy, would I get canceled? Is that cancelable?
I think if you name her Cho Chang, because everybody's not going to remember that that's the character's name.
She's a character in the books and the movies. I'm just role playing her out in a video game.
Yeah, but you're making fun of it.
I'm not making fun of her. I'm not making fun of her as a person. I'm making fun of the way the crazy white lady who wrote her treated her character.
Yeah, but you're trying to make a humor out of it. You know, not everything needs to be a joke.
Some things need to be a joke. I'm pointing out, you know what I mean? It's like street art, dude. I'm pointing out the hypocrisy of it all.
No, but you're making light of it.
I'm not bringing awareness.
By making it a joke?
I'll donate all the proceedings to the victims.
Wow, okay.
I won't do it.
She got a way better role in Bridgerton anyway.
Who did she play in Bridgerton?
Lady something.
Domitresque.
No, but she is a villain, and she's a really good villain.
There are villains in Bridgerton?
Why are you saying it like that?
That's how it's spelled.
There's no second R. You say Bridgerton.
Bridgerton.
Yeah, she's a villain. She's a bad guy.
That's terrible. She was a villain in Harry Potter too, I'm sure.
She gives like evil stepmother.
She broke Harry's heart.
Yeah. Harry broke hers, to be fair, too.
No. She broke his heart. He was in love with her, and she's like, actually, Harry, I'm going to the dance with Cedric. And then he killed Cedric.
Skin of a killer, Bella.
This is the skin of a killer, Cho.
Mm-hmm. No.
That's my Chang.
No, we're not going to be making fun of this anymore.
That was my Cho.
Okay, go to the next topic. What's the
next? I didn't write her in the books. How am I being hateful?
Because you're making fun of it.
I'm making fun of how crazy it is that she's a character.
So last week's movie of the week was The Great Flood. I picked it out. Blake, what's your opinion of it?
Okay, so it's worth saying we really needed this movie, dude. We had 3 bad movies in a row. We really needed this one. It was good.
It was really good.
It was weird.
Actually, a good twist.
I always say if a movie's weird and artsy, it gets a bonus point just for being weird and artsy. And this was that.
But it wasn't too weird and artsy where, like, they didn't explain what happened.
That's true.
They didn't explain the backstory. It did.
It did explain everything. And I was a little confused at first, but I thought they did a great job of, like, bringing it together. Yeah, where they're like, yeah, here it is. Now you understand.
Here's why, here's everything.
As always, dude, we're going to give spoilers for this because we tell everyone to watch them in advance. So, basically, the concept, we thought it was going to be just a typical disaster movie, you know, like
End of the world.
Big flood's going to happen. Got to avoid the flood going up the apartment, you know. And that kind of starts off that way a little bit. So the start of it is there's a lady and her son in an apartment, and it's flooding. And they're like, oh, okay, well, that's kind of crazy. And then it just keeps on flooding. And eventually they're like, okay, we got to start going upstairs. And she gets a call.
She gets like a weird call. Oh, yeah. Sorry. That's exactly what I was about to say.
she gets a call from like. So she works like at like a tech agency as like an AI specialist, and so she's like getting a call from like someone important, assumingly, and is like, hey, listen, we got to get you to safety. So like, here's the thing: a meteor hit some icebergs, and the world's flooding. Like Japan's already mostly underwater. Because I believe this is a Korean movie, or maybe it was a Japanese movie, and maybe it was just saying that like most of Japan's already underwater. I thought it was Korean,
Yeah.
but they were
I'm
like,
not really sure.
they were like saying, a meteor hit icebergs, it's gonna flood the earth pretty much completely. We got to get a lot of people to safety. So get to the top of the apartments, and there will be a helicopter to come pick us all up. I'll meet you there. So she starts making her way up with her son. And just one thing after the next happens where, like, he keeps, the boy's just, he's like a little, like, what would you say, like a 7-year-old, 6-year-old?
Yeah, I would say like 7. Yeah.
So he does, like...
Well, he actually says he's 6.
6,
He's
okay.
like, I'm 6. Yeah, he says I'm 6.
So he does, like, 6-year-old stuff. He keeps, like, running off. He has some kind of medical condition, which is explained later. I guess we can go ahead and say it. He's not a boy at all. He's an AI. He's like a robot, like a synthetic human. And so he has some kind of condition where he has to like take this medication every so often, and he's not getting it. She like loses it, and like there's a part where she falls into like the flood and loses the medication out of her like satchel. And so she has to get him like some kind of like soup or something. And there's just all these like different moments where like the kid's really just kind of like, whether it's not his fault or it is his fault, just like setting them back. And eventually, after all these trials, they find the guy who is the villain from the first Squid Games, the actor, which I thought was cool.
Yep.
And they get to the top, and they basically are like, hey, here's the thing, right? You're a big important AI scientist, so you're gonna go off to space and survive
and make
with
a
the
new
human
race.
Yeah, survive and help rebuild the human race. But the boy's not going, and she fights, and she's like, no, he has to go, and then they're like, yeah, that's not happening. There's like 30 of us. You're not taking him. And so she whispers something, like, you see her go, like, whisper something to the boy, and then she goes away.
Yeah, she's like, let me tell him bye.
Yeah.
And she goes and whispers something.
Then, you see her go into space, and I was like, wow, that's crazy. It didn't really feel like that long of a movie. And it wasn't, because that was, like, the first 20 minutes or something. And I was like, how? So then they ask her, basically, like, hey, what are you going to do? Like, how are you going to help rebuild the Earth? And she's basically like, well, here's the deal. That was an AI boy. And he wasn't real.
The child.
Yeah, and I've already made the child. So the next step is to make a parent. So I'm going to make a synthetic mother. And I'm going to test her with an algorithm where she goes through different trials every day to make sure that she can, keep her child safe. And then she kind of like... It shows like something bad is kind of happening to the spaceship, if I remember right. Like the spaceship's kind of getting hit by meteors. It shows
it's been like hit, but it hasn't shown what happened.
Right. So then it cuts to her waking up and kind of reliving the same day, but just a little differently. And you're like, what is going on? This is where I got confused. I was like, what's happening? But then it kind of explains the first time was real. That was really her life experience with like getting to the spaceship or whatever. But now this is the algorithm. She keeps reliving the flood as an algorithm over and over again. And like we're watching an AI like compute like an algorithm. And it's her like going through all these trials and like things she should have done better in the flood. And she constantly is losing the boy or whatever. But eventually,
like, the boy also remembers every time that she has to do it.
Right. Like at one point,
she starts to remember stuff too.
He's like freaking out. He's like, I've been 6 for like 5,000 days. And basically, long story short, it goes through all these trials of her trying to get the day right. It made me think of there have been other movies like this where like you kind of live through the same day, kind of Groundhog Day, but like not a comedy.
Happy Death Day.
Happy Death Day. There's been movies like this, but it was a cool take that it was like a disaster movie version.
Yeah, I did not expect that at all. Just from watching the trailer, not at all.
And eventually you find out that what she whispered to the boy was somewhere to go hide during all of this so she can go find him.
She told him to wait for me.
Yeah.
Wait for me and hide here.
And she finds him, and then you find out it cuts again to like her in the spaceship for real, and the asteroid is like tearing up their spaceship, and like one guy's gonna get in an escape pod, and he's like, what are we gonna do? And she's like, take my memory, like, dissect me and take my memory and put it into the AI, and I'll be the model for the mother.
She's like, I'll be the test subject.
And then at the end, it shows all these different space shuttles, like assuming like AI, like people going back to Earth to repopulate it.
Oh, also in the shipwreck, like when their space shuttle got hurt, like she got injured as well.
Right, yeah.
She was probably gonna die anyway.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They like tore her brain kind of out, like her memory core of her brain. I mean, it's all sci-fi mumbo jumbo, but they took her memory out of her body and put it into a chip or whatever.
Right.
I thought it was good. I had some questions. Again, it being interesting and weird just gives it a bonus point for me. What do they mean when they say the AI are going to repopulate? Are they going to go code and like make more synthetic people? Or are they going to like
that's kind of what it was, like 3D printed, like
more
basically people. Yeah.
Yeah. How would you feel about that in real life? If there really was going to be a disaster and like we couldn't survive, but we could like store and like in 100 years we could 3D print some people. How would you would you even want the human race to go on that way, or?
Shoot, I don't even know. What do you think?
Well, so like obviously whatever AI is like available to the public is probably not the best AI that exists, but I don't really think I would want AI as it exists now to represent us, or I wouldn't even trust them to like exist on their own. Because here's the thing, whatever like cockroaches and other animals that might survive would go on to adapt into, they would probably eat up the AI things because like they're stupid. Sometimes they're just gonna like mess things up. Like they all the time they glitch out now, and they have these what are called like hallucinations. They're just not that good, and I don't think they're ready to carry on the human race.
I mean, that would definitely suck. I'm not disagreeing with that.
Yeah. But I don't know. I mean, I don't know if we're too far off from that being reality either.
I mean, yeah.
What did you think about the movie overall?
Oh my gosh, I really liked it. I did not see the twist coming. Like I said, we genuinely thought it was like an end of the world movie. And just like the extremes of it, of like them drowning over and over and dying over and over, was like crazy. And it was like different ways too.
Right.
I thought it was a great movie, actually. I really liked it. I'd watch it again.
It was really good. Some parts of it were a little confusing where I wasn't sure what was going on, but eventually they did kind of explain it. But I felt like they also had the problem where they kind of like had to explain it, you know what I mean? Like they couldn't find a way to like visually just show me like, hey, that was like an AI boy, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, I know what you mean. They kind of had to say
They just had to tell me, hey, by the way, that boy was an AI. And I don't always love that in movies. Like I usually kind of like where they can just kind of like, you know what I mean, like not handhold me.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But overall, also it was a foreign movie, so maybe it translates better, if I spoke the
That's a good point.
The actual language. But overall, I really enjoyed it, and it was definitely a better movie than what we've been watching.
For sure. The other movies we've been watching are
garbage.
Absolutely dog water.
And I'm hoping this next one won't be garbage too. Our next week's movie is, let me find it, Megan 2.0. It's on Netflix. Now, I will say, I thought Megan 1 was okay. It was okay. I didn't think it was groundbreaking. I thought it was pretty good. Predictable. Very predictable, but fun. A fun watch. That being said, it was
I've
kind
only ever
of
seen it once.
portrayed as like this kind of almost like goofy, campy, scary movie type, you know. This one, I mean, we've seen the trailers for it. This one seems like it's like an action comedy with the same characters. So like,
I
I
don't
don't
think the
know.
last one meant to be funny, and I think this one might be trying to be funny.
Exactly. I feel like the last one was funny and it wasn't trying to be, and I think they're just leaning into it. But the question is, and I'm a little worried about it, is this one gonna try to be funny and fall flat? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, will it even be
I could,
enjoyable at all? We'll see.
I could definitely see that.
So join in, dude. Watch Megan 2.0 with us, and we'll all see what we think about it. I don't know. What do you think? What are you guessing
I
this
think they're
movie's
gonna
gonna
try
land
too
at?
hard on this one.
I'm gonna say this movie, I imagine, is gonna be a 6.5 out of 10.
You know, that sounds kind of right. I think it's gonna be they're trying too hard because the last one was unintentionally funny.
Right. But that being
Even the
said,
commercials I've seen of it is like trying to be funny.
kind of wacky. That being said, I do think Megan's an enjoyable character. So if they do a good job of it, I could see it actually being enjoyable.
Okay, well, we'll see.
We'll see. I don't feel strongly that it will be that way. I could see it working.
Just because of the character.
Yeah, I think she's in a. I mean, they made a second one because obviously people like. Well, for one, the marketing for Megan 1 was so good. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. It really was.
And I think part of that was because of the viral, like the Megan dance she did. You know, where she's like walking down the hallway and she like does the little like she breaks it down and starts dancing, and it's still kind of scary, but it's like her, you know, doing a little dance that like was trending on TikTok and stuff. I think they're trying to lean into that, but it's almost like one of those things where like when you lean into it too much, it usually, you know, it has to happen naturally. So we'll see.
I can see it going either way for sure.
All right. Are you ready to move on to the next topic? You have anything else to add?
I don't think I have anything else to add to that.
This next one, I imagine, could be a very long topic, so it may be the last topic. We have more topics planned, but it may be the last topic. We'll just see how long it takes. Because
We
I
sure
thought,
don't know how to yap.
yeah, I thought it would be fun to kind of talk about like the history of like interest of mine. You know, how I got into like nerd culture and all the things I'm into now. Just go through the history of, you know, and then Cynthia, you know, could too. I honestly, dude, I'm telling you, I could talk for like 3 hours just about a video game I played recently. So if I'm talking about everything, I'm going to try and keep it short. So basically, I was born in the great year of 1997, dude. The Titanic had just come out.
Not you starting.
From the very beginning. It's relevant, dude. I have to.
Okay.
Titanic was just out, dude. It was the best time on Earth, more or less.
That's funny that you say that because that's one of the topics I wrote down.
Okay. The Titanic. Yeah. I was like 1997, really.
No.
But I remember the first video game I ever played. Also, I should say I come from a family who's not into like video games, like, you know what I mean, like at all. Like I have a very like southern oriented family, who are not into nerdy things or anything like that at all. But I don't know how it came to be. But when I was real young, I don't think, because it came out the same year I was born. I don't think I would have got it at the same, like before I was even one. But the first game I ever remember having was Pokemon Yellow for the Game Boy Color. And that all started on the day I was born, true. Pokemon Yellow, obviously I didn't really know how to play it, to be honest. I was mostly clicking buttons as far as I remember. But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed playing Pokemon Yellow. I mean, it was, you know.
How old do you think you were?
I bet you I was like 2, playing Pokemon and just mashing buttons. Like,
Bro,
legitimately.
There's no way. How would you remember that? Naomi's almost 2.
I'm just telling you, I feel like it happened. I've had
Jody, there's no way.
I've had my Game Boy Color and Pokemon Yellow as long as I can remember.
Okay, you can only remember up to like being 5 years old.
Well, that's where you're wrong.
Like,
Anyway, I don't know. I really don't know. I couldn't say. But as long as I can remember, I had my Game Boy Color and Pokemon Yellow.
This man gonna say 2 years old.
I'm just guessing, dude. I'm just throwing out an estimate.
So you're telling me when Naomi's 29 years old, she's gonna be like, I remember when my Uncle Blake gave me.
No, she's 1. She will not remember this.
She's almost 2.
Also, I'm just gonna say it. Playing Pokemon Yellow is a more important experience than getting pushed on the swing set.
No. I mean, I was gonna say you gave her your little gaming thing, your emulator.
I think if she sat down and really played with it. So also, kids these days have TikTok and their brains are mush, so it's hard to say.
Naomi does not have that.
It's hard to say. She might not be able to play Pokemon, but anyway, I remember my first game being Pokemon Yellow.
Okay. At probably 5.
At probably like 2 or 3.
You know what? Let's get a caller on the chat.
Let's get a caller.
It's gonna be your mother.
Mom, when did you buy the Game Boy Color for me? She's gonna shock you. She'll be like, when he was 1.
No, she always disagrees with you.
But anyway, dude, I love Pokemon before I even know how to play it. Like, I really can say, like, I didn't really know how to read or write, but I was playing Pokemon. You know what I mean? Like, I was just out there playing Pokemon. And then I never beat it for a long time, but then I got into Pokemon Crystal, which was the second generation of Pokemon games. And by that point, I was old enough. That was the first video game I ever beat. And I loved it. I was obsessed with it. And my mom also had an NES. And me and my cousin would play on that a lot. So I played a lot of Mario 1, Mario 3. They had just generic sports games back then. It would just be ice hockey and soccer, things like that. So I played a lot of that. And I had a distant cousin who had a Nintendo 64, and I used to ride. His mom drove a bus, and I rode the bus with them on the way to school. And so in the mornings and in the afternoons, he would let me play Mario 64 on his 64, and it was the best, dude. I loved it. That's when I feel like I really fell into love with the gaming. Is I would just, and who's played Mario 64 and hasn't done this? I would just run around like the castle grounds, just jumping around, going wow, and like having a great time.
Fun.
It's so fun. And I remember him just telling me like, hey, by the way, have you beaten the first level yet? And I'm like, what do you mean level? And he would show me like you could go into the paintings and you could get the stars, and I was like, oh wow, it's a whole game.
He's like, what have you been doing this whole time?
I've just been out here jumping around on this tree. Basically is what I've been up to. But
okay, this is like a random question, but
yeah.
like, do you remember in that game there was like a special way you could like flood the bottom area or something?
You drain it. You get rid of the
water.
Drain it. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember it took me like, I was running around that area, didn't even know what I was doing, forever to figure out how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I just wanted to ask if you ever did that.
Oh, yeah. To progress in the game, you actually have to do it at some point, so.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
I'm sure I never made it that far.
But, then I feel like I really got, that was playing his game, was like, because that was the first 3D game I ever saw. But then at my grandparents' house, which at some point I lived with them for a while, like with my mom and I both lived there, we got a Sega Dreamcast, and I had the Sonic Adventure 1 game and Jet Set Radio and Sega Bass Fishing. And I played those games so much. I played so much Sonic Adventure. Like, I think I've told this story before way back on the channel, but my grandma, so like the first game I got before I got the full Sonic Adventure game is I got a demo of Sonic Adventure 1 that was just the first level. I think it came with the Dreamcast. And when we went to church, when I wasn't casting my spells, there was another boy there with a grandma. And we both had the Dreamcast with the demo. And they would be gambling on us, maybe not with money, but with like bragging rights about who could beat the level faster. Because every day I would just go home and like just play that one level over and over and over again. I would just like speed run this level till I could beat it in like a minute, And they would go to church every Sunday and be like, my grandson beat it in a minute and 10 seconds last night. They would be fighting with us, which is
Why do you think
insane.
they were doing that?
I don't know, dude. I don't know. I think my grandma might have a dark history I don't know about.
With what?
I don't know. She just seems like she was into some shady stuff.
Like betting on children?
Something like that. I think she just
Is
might
that
have
what we're talking about
like an
now?
evil side. I think she might be a Sith more than a Jedi.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? A Slytherin more than a Gryffindor.
Okay, got you.
But, and then I want to say I was like 10, maybe 10, whenever it came out. I got the PlayStation 1, and that's when that was like the floodgates were open. I was playing Crash Bandicoot. I was playing Gran Turismo. I was playing all kinds of games.
What is Gran Turismo?
It's an old racing game that used to be really popular on the PlayStation.
Oh, I thought you didn't like racing games.
I don't now,
I'm surprised
but
about that.
there weren't as many games back then, and it was really fun. Like, it was like street racing, and you could run from the cops.
Oh, that sounds like GTA.
It's kind of GTA without the weapons. It's kind of what it was.
Okay.
I really
It's
liked it.
crime-inducing, as they say.
Just car crime, yeah, just like driving, like, oh, you're speeding, like that kind of thing.
Okay.
It was really fun. I really got into Crash Bandicoot. I really love the Crash Bandicoot games. And then from there, I just got like the PlayStation 2. And I always played Pokemon. I always kept up with Pokemon games too. Like, I always had the DSs and the 3DSs and everything. But I really got into, like, I think platformers were early on my favorite games. Because I just really loved Crash Bandicoot. I loved the Sonic games. I had gotten a PlayStation 2. And I started playing more mature games. Like, I got into some of the GTA games. I got into a game called Bully I really liked. And then Kingdom Hearts was probably my first, like, story game where, like, I really cared about maybe not necessarily, like, the story, but, like, a narrative. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Warped. Yes, I loved Warped. That's still my favorite Crash Bandicoot game. But I really got into Kingdom Hearts.
Randomly
We'll just
boot up
turn that
Crash
one on.
Bandicoot.
Yep. I'd say once a year I turn Warped on, and I play the remake of Warped now, from the Insane Trilogy. But I'll just turn that on and play through it a little bit. But I got really into Kingdom Hearts, and then I also, like, I had a shared GameCube with, like, my cousins at my grandma's house, and I still played, like, the Sonic games, and I played a lot of Mario games on there. And the Xbox 360 came out, and I should say before this, so like, at this point, like, I have a stepdad at this point in my life, and he's really into PC gaming, and he got into, like, Halo when he was, like, a younger guy. I think, like, he played Halo. He played the original Call of Duties before they were online games. He played Medal of Honor, and he really got me into these FPSs. But, like, I didn't play them that often, and they were on his PC, so I didn't play with them so much. But I would play with them sometimes.
Relatable.
Yeah, I would. Sorry, I would play sometimes. I would play Halo and stuff, and I really loved Halo. I loved playing through Halo. And so I got an Xbox 360 when I was, like, probably, like, this is the point where I'm a teenager. And I got into some of the other Halo, like Halo 2, Halo 3 games, and I really, really enjoyed playing Call of Duty. My friends at school all were like, oh, we got to play Call of Duty. We get on Black Ops 1 together, Yeah, Cynthia will probably attest to this. I think Call of Duty might be the game I'm the best at. It's not my favorite game, but
You're just oddly good at it.
I'm like the Grim Reaper in Call of Duty. Most people, like, don't even stand a chance. And I'm not trying to brag. It's kind of true. We know a person who will, like, cheat at Call of Duty. Like, they will, like, get the aimbot and everything else, and they will legitimately cheat at it. And they will play in the same lobby as me, and they'll be fighting for second because they're not going to beat me.
It's crazy.
I'm really good at Call of Duty for some reason, but I really love that. And
I
that's
suck at Call of Duty.
I guess pretty much the basic history of me playing games. I would say I got into, like, Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas, and then I kind of got into RPGs a lot from there. And so, like, now I would mostly say I'm into, like, single player RPG games. I'm really into fantasy games. But I kind of go either like one of two ways. I either like really like narrative heavy games, RPG games, like games that are like single player games, or I like very competitive games.
I don't think you really like competitive games. I think you
I
just
like
have like the adrenaline rush for them almost.
right. I like winning.
Yeah, you have an obsession with winning. I was just talking about your obsession with winning today.
It's crazy. I do obsess over winning.
Toxic trait,
It's
toxic.
not toxic to want to be good at something.
Toxic. To the extent that you want to be good at it as. Yeah, it is.
Well, I think I could call it there, dude, because I could talk forever about my my interests, but I think that's a good place. If anybody have any questions, they can ask me. But what about you, Cynthia? Tell us your history with interest.
On gaming, right?
Or whatever. Yeah. Well, I can talk about other stuff like I would say like through Pokemon because I played Pokemon all throughout like my life. I would say from Pokemon, I got into the card game Pokemon, which got me into Yu-Gi-Oh. And I really liked Yu-Gi-Oh! The card game way more as a kid than Pokemon. I just didn't understand the Pokemon card game. I didn't think it was that fun. Still don't. I mean, the cards are cool, but like I thought Yu-Gi-Oh! Was a better game, and it was. And from Yu-Gi-Oh, because Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon had anime, and from watching those two and playing those two, I got into anime when I really got into Dragon Ball, dude. I really loved Dragon Ball as a kid. So, I mean, still, I like Dragon Ball. I don't really keep up with it anymore, but which is, I think, just that kind of all that left me into like nerd culture, because then I got into anime. I got into like just everything nerdy, from card games, video games, collectibles, anime, like pop culture.
It kind of started the whole thing for you.
Right, it all just kind of snowballed from Pokemon. Pokemon get me into one thing, would get me into those things, would get me into more things, and then it all just led me to where I am.
It made me the great man I am today.
Well, I wouldn't say great. I would actually say troubled in a lot of ways.
Not troubled. What are you, a juvenile delinquent?
I'm just, I have an addiction problem, but not an addiction in a normal sense. Addiction in the sense of like, I just be getting into
Gaming?
too many hobbies. Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely do. Okay, you want to know my interest? Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done. Sorry, I just thought I could
No, I
segue
was
into
just
the card
wondering
games.
if you're done.
Yeah,
You want to finish?
no, that's it. That's it. You go ahead.
So obviously I didn't really grow up playing too many games. Um, I had a stepdad who played GTA sometimes, and he would be like, "I want to play," and I'd grab the controller, I'd run around and run people over, and be like, "Okay, thanks."
Mhm.
Like 10 minutes. I did play the Mario. What did you say, 64, the castle
64.
one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did play that as a kid. Not a lot. I believe I played on someone else's console. When I went to people's houses and they had it. So I kind of remember it from doing that. So growing up, I really did not play a lot of games. We did have a Wii for like a year. Did my mom pawn that?
No, not pawning the Wii.
So I really liked that, honestly. And at the time, I had like a growing up obsession of like archery for like a few years. So I always played like the Wii archery or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And Wii bowling and all that. I'm actually pretty good at Wii bowling. I don't know if you remember when we played with everybody, like I was kicking their butts.
Oh yeah, Cynthia's good at Wii bowling. She's good at real life bowling.
And so I really haven't played that many games, is what I'm saying. But then I met Blake. He obviously is very into gaming. And he was like, "You want to try Animal Crossing?" I got it. I'm like, Or maybe the new one had just came out. It was right during COVID.
Yeah, no, I was about to say you didn't get it. What happened was we were on lockdown, and I got it because my job was locked down. And I was like, I'm gonna get Animal Crossing, and I think you were just like you saw it, and you're like, wait a minute, this is a video game?
Yeah, I think you were like, "Do you want to try it?" That's what I just said.
Yeah.
I said you had it, but then I remember we actually got it together. Like I was there when you got it.
Right.
Anyway, we got it. Blake was playing it, and he was like, "Do you want to try it?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I got really into it. Like, I put more effort into our island than he did. Like, way more. Like, I went cray-cray. I don't even think people say that anymore, sorry.
That's okay.
And then that kind of turned into like, okay, I like cutesy games. So then I got like Dreamlight Valley. I did enjoy that. I
All right.
got,
So I have a question.
uh-huh.
Before you saw Animal Crossing, did you even know games were like that, like in a higher scale? Like obviously they make phone games and stuff that are kind of like that, but they're like poorly made or like smaller or whatever. Did you even know like big video game like companies can make like? Did you ever even have company like concept of games existing like that?
I don't think that I want to say I did, but I mean, in actuality, I didn't think like an adult would enjoy it. I didn't have that concept of it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That makes
Like I
sense.
thought games were for kids or men who like games. Like that's literally what I thought up until like 20 years old, which is sad, but
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't grow up with them and I didn't know how enjoyable they could be. And I've never been good at them. Like I didn't really know how to hold a controller. So then Blake got me my own because I just loved my Switch, playing on his Switch so much. So he got me my own for like a Christmas or something. And I got other games. And then he was like, well, why don't you get like no, no. We started playing Fortnite. You got
Mm-hmm.
really into Fortnite for a little bit. And you were like, well, you should get Fortnite. So I got it on my Switch. And I liked it, but it was so laggy. I couldn't really, I mean, the more the game updated, the worse it got. So he was
Mm-hmm.
like, well, I have you got a PlayStation 5 for Christmas. And you were
Right.
like, well, you can have my old PlayStation 4. So I got Blake's old PlayStation 4 and gave up on the Switch. And then started playing Fortnite. I played Slime Rancher 1, which I really liked. I feel like actually playing Slime Rancher 1 made me be like, I like video games.
Yeah.
I thought Animal Crossing and Disney was just like, oh, I like these video games, but I feel like Slime Rancher 1, I like really, really liked it. I don't know if that makes sense, but it was like I felt more attached. Like I want to play a game.
Right. No, it makes sense because like you can play Animal Crossing and still like Animal Crossing, but not video games as a whole. But that was the first time you're like, I think I like games.
Yeah, so I've like finished that in like I think a week. Like I literally played it all day, every day. My sisters were texting me like, "You haven't answered your phone in 5 hours." I'm like, "I'm sorry, I'm playing Slime Rancher." Like it was really bad, and I finished it very quickly. So then eventually I wanted a PlayStation 5 because I saw Blake playing his PlayStation 5 and it was way better. And the new Call of Duty, 6 had just come out.
Yeah.
And all Blake was always playing with everybody, but I never really got to do that because the games I liked, nobody was really playing or I couldn't get them on my PlayStation 4. So I got my PlayStation 5 and I got Call of Duty. And I feel like it just snowballed into me trying to figure out what kind of games I like.
Which I will say it's such an interesting story from going from like Animal Crossing to Dreamlight Valley to Slime Rancher to Call of Duty Black Ops 6.
Yeah. And I've had some bumps in the road along the way. I get phases where I'm like, I don't want a game at all. I feel like it. And
Mm-hmm.
then I get into these phases where I want a game for 8 hours a day.
Was that
I
weird
can't.
going from like those kind of games to Call of Duty?
Yes, but then it also made me recently. I've realized, well, the reason I like Call of Duty isn't because of the game. I freaking sucked at it.
Mm-hmm.
It's because I enjoy playing with other people. Like I enjoy having like my friends or my family members. Someone I can talk and not crash out, like
Right.
laugh about the game or just having fun with it. That makes a game more enjoyable to me. And Blake's been trying to help me figure out what kind of games I do like because it's like some random games I'm just not a fan of.
Yeah. It's kind of because I've had my whole life more or less to like really like build up like my taste in video games. I kind of know exactly what I do and don't like. I can kind of look at most games and be like, nope, that's not something I would like.
I just still don't even feel that way.
How would you
Well, I think we've kind
describe?
of learned a lot
Yeah, based off of
recently.
what you know now, how would you describe like what you do or don't like in games? Like what's important to you, what's not?
Okay, I do think the gameplay is important. I don't want it to be too complex because then I get confused or feel maybe overwhelmed. I don't like the visuals to be bad
Mm-hmm.
or too overstimulating. When I say bad, like I don't think I'm a fan of like pixelated, laggy stuff.
Right.
I like it to look clean. maybe updated is the right word, because I didn't grow up with games, so I don't feel like I like the look of pixelated old games. Um, Not too much yapping with the characters. I don't want it to feel like I'm just clicking and clicking and clicking. Like I'm okay with some dialogue if I feel attached to the characters, but for the most part, I just don't want too much yapping. And I want a
Right.
game I can play with people, and it doesn't feel so competitive where like people get mad or something like that.
Right.
Like Call of Duty, I feel like it was the perfect mix because like yeah, we're on a team, but how well you do doesn't really affect how well I do. But like games like not Crisis Protocol, Marvel,
Rivals.
Rivals,
Yeah.
and Fortnite, I enjoy those games. I like playing them with people, but then at the same time, how well you do, and I'm horrible at aiming, just goes into how well you enjoy playing it with people.
Right.
Anyway, I forgot the question you asked me. I just started rambling. I'm sorry.
No, I was just wondering like what you do and don't like. What are the things you found you do and enjoying games, and what like kind of turns you away from a game?
Repetitiveness, too much yapping. It what turns me away. What I like, the art style, something different.
It seems like mostly like online games, like
Well, I like
multiplayer games.
Fallout,
Yeah, that's true.
but I feel attached to that story.
To
Like
Fallout,
I
right?
like that. Yeah.
I just, and also I feel like you can kind of grow and change, like, and refine your taste. Like, so, like, just because you like something now or dislike something now doesn't mean, they couldn't change in the future.
I mean, with Fallout, we kind of talked about this in one of our other episodes, but like I tried Fallout and I was like, Blake, I can't play this.
Right.
And you were like kind of low key distraught. You were like, how could you?
Baldur's Gate could be fun, dude. I really like Baldur's Gate, but I haven't. See, a lot of people love replaying it. I have tried to replay it one time, and I just couldn't get into it. Maybe it was too soon for me. But also, I have a thing where like I like so much stuff that like it's hard for me to settle down on one game because like I constantly can kind of move on to the next thing. I'm okay with settling down with a game, but like also I have no problem like if a game bores me or like I lose interest in it. It's like there's 1,000 more I want to try.
Like if you feel finished, you're like, okay, good enough.
Yeah. I really want to play Marathon, but I also don't know if I want to spend money on Marathon because, like, I don't think I have anybody to play it with. I don't even know if I would like it. I've never played an extraction shooter, and I don't know anyone who, like, is playing it or has any, like, thing to say about it. Like, I don't know anybody who has any interest in it, so I really just think I might skip it because as much as it seems like it's a hot new game and everyone's kind of playing it, I just don't know if I have anyone to play it with, and I don't know if it would be for me, if I would even enjoy it. Even if it was, like, single-player friendly, I don't know if I would even enjoy it.
Yeah, and for me, I also have a hard time. Like, I feel like for you, you're like, oh, I'll at least try a game.
Mm-hmm.
Like you don't mind spending the money on it, or as long as it's available.
Right.
But for me, I feel like because it is such like an extra expense, like I don't need a new video game. I have so many games I could play. It's like I need to really feel like I'm gonna enjoy the game to buy it.
Right.
I don't know why, but it's like I have to really think about it.
No, that makes
Is
sense.
that
I mean,
weird?
no, I mean, it depends on the game. Like, if there's a game I know I probably won't like, I wouldn't want to spend money on it. But I'm willing, if I think I might enjoy it, I'm willing to at least give it a try. You know what I mean?
Yeah, see, I feel like I'm not as willing to try. I think I need to be more open. I feel like that what is holding me back, finding more games that I would possibly enjoy.
Right. Yeah, oh,
Because I
I'm
do feel a little
excited.
stuck sometimes.
Speaking of, Jennifer said she goes crazy on the Steam sales. I'm excited for tomorrow. I got a new game yesterday. I got myself a little Steam money from my gift. And I got a new game yesterday. I think I'm going to stream it because it's got like this. It's like this medieval fantasy game, but it's got like a gothic horror vibe to it. And I'm pretty excited to play that. But I don't know much about it, but it looks cool. But I also am going to just see what games pop up on sale tomorrow. Because honestly, dude, the thing is, it's so new, I don't think Marathon would be on a big sale. But if they throw Marathon down to like 20%, I might even just get it just because it's such a sale, but I don't know.
Well,
I
maybe
do
that would be a good idea.
I do have a problem where like I do have some games I've never played. That's true. I have a Steam library full of games that like I need to. I have a game that's like forever old. I haven't played Terraria. I no, I
Oh, I
didn't.
know. I literally was just about to say that one because I remember you buying that and you'd never played it.
I know. I need to play Terraria. But the thing is, now when I get a game, I want to stream it. You know what I mean? Like maybe I just need to bite the bullet and say like, you know what? I'm not going to stream Terraria. Let me just play it in my free time. Because I have so many games and I want to play them, but it's like I want to stream them, but I'm streaming Marathon
This or
or like
whatever.
because it's newer. I definitely am going to stream like I stream Dispatch because it's a newer thing and it might be more trendy. So like I want to play all these games, but like I want to stream them. I don't just want to play them. So like that's why Mortal Sin's actually been like my favorite game right now because I really don't care about streaming it, so I can just play it in my free time and I love it.
And it wasn't like a very expensive game or anything, was it?
No, it was on a little bit of a sale, but it's only like $20, $25 at the most anyway. I got it for like $16.
You know what I really want to play?
Hmm.
I really want to play like the simulator games that you play, like the water park, and
Oh yeah, those are fun.
I haven't got to play a game like that because they're not on console.
Josh is obsessed with Terraria right now. That's the thing is people like it's kind of like a Minecraft, but people just get into it for a long time, and I want to try that. I think you would like some of the simulator games. I like them. My problem and Schedule One's the best one in my opinion, but my problem with them is a lot of them release before they're finished. So like even Schedule One's not officially out, and it's just like constantly getting updates. And it's nice that you can play it or whatever, but also it's like I'm constantly catching up to like the progress of the
The
game.
new stuff.
Yeah, and it's like all you can really do at that point is just kind of keep expanding bigger. You know what I mean? You can't really go up the ladder. You just kind of go wider. And it's like okay, like I don't really want to just sit here and like make money infinitely. It doesn't really mean anything. Some people love that. Some people could do that, and that's fine. For me, I start to lose interest when I've done everything. Like Water Park Simulator, I think it's had a lot of updates at this point, but like I haven't really had the interest.
Going back and
Yeah, because like if I
replaying it at that point.
restart maybe, but like if I just jump back into my old park, how long would I be able to play it before I'm like, all right, I got the 5 new slides they added. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that. Now I kind of was really interested in that game, Queso, like played.
Oh, Rewind
Was it
99.
like? Yeah, that one seems so fun.
So I actually have it on my wish list, but my thing with that game is it's kind of the same problem. It doesn't seem like a lot of the content is out for it. It seems like there's not much else you can do besides just the
I'm willing
beginner
to wait
stuff.
for it.
Right.
If I was to get one, that's what I would get, honestly.
That's
If
just
I was
my
able to
issue
get
is
one on
I don't know
console.
how long I could play it before it just becomes like sell VHSs and make money, and like I don't want to do that infinitely.
No, I get that.
But that's just some people can do that, and that's fine for them. And they probably, I could play Civilization forever and be fine. And some people probably think that's boring, but like
I do.
I can just sit there and play Civilization forever, and I'd be fine with that. I think I will just start playing Terraria off stream, and just that'll be a game for me.
You need to, because that was literally one of the first games you bought when you got your PC
I know.
over a year ago.
It was on a cheap sale, and I was like, dude, I'm gonna play Terraria. And you know what's crazy? That game's so old. It came out in like 2013, 2012.
Sorry, I was yawning. Yeah, that's crazy that it's that old and people are still obsessed with it. But I guess that means it is good.
It's very much so like 2D Minecraft, where it's just that deep. I think it's just got that much to do. But yeah, I mean, I'm just glad I do have a game that I've been enjoying. And Mortal Sin, that's my game right now. That's my jam. I turn on Spotify, discover some new music, and just run around slaying demons. And that's my thing right now.
It's crazy.
I'm kind of in that vibe. Ever since I played Avowed, I'm kind of in that vibe where I just want to play like fantasy games anyway.
Yeah, I feel like you have been in that recently. Especially since Avowed.
But I got this new game I'm gonna try out. It seems very like fantasy, like gothic fantasy, and it looks fun. I'm excited for that.
What is it called?
Let me look it up because I can't ever remember.
Ooh, I just dropped the whole iPad on my foot.
What is it called? It's called, one second,
Good.
Tainted Grail: The Fall of Avalon.
Hmm.
It looks cool. Now,
What is this supposed to be about? Do you know?
it's just like a medieval like fantasy RPG game where you like fight like monsters and bad guys, and I don't really know much else about it.
Okay.
It just looks cool. Honestly, I saw some of the villain designs and the art style of the game, and I was like, this looks cool. It looks very like Dark Soulsy, not in the gameplay, but like in the way it looks.
Can I ask you a random question?
Yeah.
How do you what does RPG mean? Like, how do you know the different types of games?
That is a very
Like, what does
broad
that
term
mean?
in video games because it just means role playing game.
So that's like Avowed because you're role playing as a character.
Yes, but also Pokemon's an RPG, but I don't really know that
but
you
I
get
guess you are
kind of role playing a
a
trainer.
Pokemon trainer. Yeah.
But that's where it's kind of a broad term because it can be like a heavy RPG or like Baldur's Gate where like there's so many different classes and roles that you can role play and pick from, and then there's sometimes like you don't get to pick or role play really at all. You're just kind of in a role, and it's still considered an RPG. It really is a broad term.
So when people say RPG, it could really mean anything.
Yeah, it's like, there's some games that are not RPGs, like sports games, not RPGs.
But how? Because you're role playing that sport.
Right, and you're right. You're totally right. It's not so. It's more of a vibe than it is an actual genre.
Okay.
I know that sounds weird, but that's how I would describe it. It's really more of a vibe than it is a genre of a game.
And this is how you can tell, like, I'm still kind of a new gamer, because why is this the first time I'm asking that?
Right. Have I heard of Kingdom Come Deliverance? I have, dude, and I'm kind of on the fence about getting it because it seems nice too. My only not complaint, I don't know. It seems a little humor heavy. It seems a little goofy, and like it doesn't take itself too serious. Avowed kind of crossed the line in a good way where it was like, it had jokes, it had humor, but it never felt like almost like a Deadpool version of a Skyrim. This game sometimes gives me the vibes when I look at things about it where it's like, it's almost like the scary movie of RPGs. But I don't know, that may not even be a good like descriptor of it. I haven't seen much of it. I've never played any of them. But I am interested because everyone says it's really good. So I'm definitely interested. And if it's on a sale, I might get it. We'll just have to see what comes on sale tomorrow. Would you recommend it if you played it?
And what kind of game is that?
It's an fantasy RPG. The combat's kind of weird to get used to. Okay, so I don't know if I really care about combat because like I'd argue Skyrim's one of the best games ever, and it's got really bad combat. Some people like who are diehard Skyrim fans are gonna say no, it doesn't, no, it's not, but it is bad combat. It is boring and repetitive and easy to master. I think that was the big plus side of Avowed that no one could really argue against, is it had very unique, fun combat.
That Arquebus, though.
The Arquebus. I definitely am interested in Kingdom Come, but I would have to see what kind of sale it's on mostly. Because I'm also interested in playing, I've never played Cyberpunk. And if that's on a good sale, I might pick that up. It just depends.
Cyberpunk?
Yeah.
What is that?
It is a like futuristic RPG, more like closer to maybe somewhere in between. Like it's not really like Skyrim, it's for one, it's like futuristic, and it's kind of like at the vibe of like a GTA almost, but with like very story heavy.
Okay.
The combat's hard. I don't know where I stand on that because like I think Dark Souls like 3 is a really fun, good game. I would say it's one of the better made games ever. But I don't want to play it. You know what I mean? Like I think it's fun and well made, and I think the combat is a fair amount of difficult, and it makes the game fun. and I beat it the one time, and I wouldn't want to do it again, and I don't really want to play any more of those Souls-like games. So, like, and there's a game I'm really interested in called Lies of P, and it looks cool, but it's kind of a Souls-like game, and I'm like, I just don't like struggling that much to play a game, you know what I mean? It's not even competitive. If it's a competitive game where I can be better than somebody else and learn to, like, be the best player, that's one thing. But when it's just beating the AIs that hard, it's like, I don't know, it should be, like, comforting and it should be peaceful, and I don't find those games to be that at all.
There's no enjoyment really in it, huh?
Mm-hmm. Oh, the combat's, like, realistic. I think I would like to check that game out more. I'll look into it, because I might be interested in getting it.
And that's the Deliverance game you're talking about?
Yeah, if it's on a good sale, I might be interested in picking it up. But I just don't know.
Might be a good stream.
I don't know. Like, I think Souls-like games, I totally get why they have huge audiences. I just don't know if they're for me. You know what I mean? I kind of like my games a little more peaceful.
So, like, okay, as a person, obviously my gaming history is not very good. For you, what makes the difference between playing a game like Mortal Sin, where it is like fight, fight, fight to the death,
Yeah.
to whereas like Dark Souls is kind of the same thing, but it's worse for you?
It's okay.
Like, what's the difference for you about that?
So, Dark Souls, like, every enemy you run into, all these Souls-like games, every single enemy, whether it's, of course, the bosses, but even, like, if you're not careful, just the little grunt guys will get you. You know what I mean? Like, any little enemy in the game will get you if you're not being careful and watching yourself. You have to constantly be playing your best and pay attention and watching everything that's going on.
So it's like extremely intense the entire time.
Yes. And Mortal Sin has bosses that are kind of tough, but it's more so, it's not even like the same kind of game. It's a roguelike, which is, you know, the games where every like run you get different armor and loot and stuff and weapons, and you kind of build up a different kind of build for your character every time you play it. And
So why is that not considered like an RPG?
I think it could be considered an RPG.
Man,
I don't think Mortal Sin really could be, because there's almost no story. You know what I mean? Like, there's really nothing you're role playing as.
Okay, so as long as... Okay. I know I'm asking you the hard question. I'm just honest.
No, it's fine. If I played Vampire Survivors, I haven't. I don't even know what that is. I think I've heard of it, but I actually don't know much about it. I have not played it. But, like, some Mortal Sins, the whole gimmick is, like, it's really tough to beat, like, for the bosses, but every little minion's really easy. It's actually, like, you just running through and, like, beating up 1,000 little grunts. You know what I mean? It's very, like...
Pokemon.
No, Pokemon's very
It's
different.
only challenging till you get to the leaders.
Kind of, but, like, Pokemon's more turn-based and slow. And this one is literally just, like, mashing your, you know, your buttons, taking your big sword and whacking the enemies with it, and running through and grabbing loot. I would say you can play through most of the game without paying attention.
Oh, wow.
I don't think you really need to, like... It really is a game where you can mostly turn your brain off.
Well, I need kind of brain games.
You should play it. It's fun. You can give it a play.
Can I play it on the PlayStation 5?
I don't know if it's on PS5. It's a great question. But that's why I just like listening to music. The most you have to think about with that game is when you come up on new loot, and they have, like, similar stats, or one of them has a cool ability but not great stats, and you have to kind of think about, like, what armor and weapons you want to take. That's it. That's all you have to think. The rest of it is just kind of going through the motions and beating up the bad guys. I love roguelikes.
More challenging for me.
I would have to look into Vampire Survivors. But it is tough. It's a tough game, but Souls games are tough, and that they make the game frustrating to some people. You know what I mean? Like, constantly.
To some people.
Yeah, well, I'd say most people. Some people are really good at them, but
You don't want to admit it was you.
It's me. No, I get frustrated at the Souls games, for sure. That's why I won't play them anymore. I think single player games should be relaxing, and I don't find them very relaxing. You know, it doesn't mean they're bad games. They're really fun, but they're just I'd like
frustrating.
Yeah. Oh, Left 4 Dead is so good. It would be nice if she gets in the end of Left 4 Dead if we could.
I think that's the game I couldn't get on PS5.
It's not
which
on PlayStation.
Which is crazy because they have, like, bundles under PlayStation 5, but they don't have the actual game.
Yeah.
Like, there's a few skin packs I saw in the store.
That's kind of crazy.
Like, yeah, I thought that was insane.
Jacob's on web fishing. Yes.
Yes, Jacob. Wait, how?
I just saw it pop up
And
on Steam.
Little bro's supposed to be at work.
He might be. I don't know. Maybe he's off work.
Hopefully, he works night shift.
I don't know. I don't know. He said he's getting on web fishing. We'll see. Unless someone broke into his house and is on his PC right now.
Your mama. Imagine your mom boots up web fishing.
Gets on his account, plays web fishing for him. I don't know if he's gonna join us. He might be in his own server doing his own thing.
You know, it makes me think about how your mom was like bragging about getting sixth place in Fortnite.
Oh, dude, we got my mom to play some Fortnite. She came over to our house. We got her to play some Fortnite. I would love to stream trying to get her to win on like squads in Fortnite.
She gets very hype about it. It's so funny.
Oh, he's in the game, Jacob. Hey, chat, this is not a drill, dude. Jacob is in the game. Everyone spam Jacob.
Ask him if he's on the clock.
Jacob, Jacob, are you at work right now, brother? You playing web fishing at work? Historically, everyone's favorite guest in the history of web fishing.
The best guest in all the videos.
Historically, the worst guest on Minecraft. Historically selfish with mushrooms. It is Jacob, the man, the myth, the mod.
Is he responding back to you?
I don't think so. I don't know. Jay, he must be at work. I'm trying to reach out to him. I'm trying to reach out to him. Oh, there he is. He said, yes, I have a little free time.
Wait, how is he playing this at work?
I guess he hasn't left for work yet. I don't know. Why are you offended?
Uh-oh. Did we say something offensive?
I don't know, but Jennifer's offended. If you're offended because Jacob's the best guest ever, listen, you have to understand. This man's a legend. He truly is.
His brother, so he's biased.
He's kind of like he's more of the main character of this stream than I am sometimes.
No, I thought that was me.
You hold on. Everyone knows the Blakers universe is Jacob, me, then you.
That's kind of messed up. No, I'm offended.
The mushroom bandit himself has graced us with his presence.
Well, maybe you and Jacob need to do this podcast from now on.
No. He's been retired. You know that.
Oh, that's why he's a legend, because he's retired. He's in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, he's got Twitch ads. He doesn't even subscribe. Mods ban him.
I'm the mod. You're yelling at the mods, and it's just me.
I'm pretty sure he's also the other mod, so.
He is. He is. He really is the other mod, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, it bleeps me out saying womp womp.
Yeah, because that's rude.
Well, what were we even talking about before Jacob showed up? I got so sidetracked.
Me too. Truly, I don't even know.
Jacob, you've really knocked this whole podcast out of whack.
Good one, Jacob.
Good one, Jacob. Let's see. We were talking about video games. We were just talking about video games.
Yeah, we were just yapping.
We're talking about like Dark Souls, like I don't know. They're not fun. You know, they are fun, but like I just think I'm over them. I'm not there in life anymore. I'm kind of, you know, I'm not the gamer I used to be.
I think you still got some growing to do.
What does that mean?
You're toxic.
No, I'm not toxic. I'm moving on from that.
You will, slowly but surely. We'll say that.
That's why I mostly play single player games. Jacob said you're welcome. Jacob's crazy. Jacob, when are you going to get back on the podcast? When are you going to be a guest on the cast?
Yeah, let me take a day off.
I'm going to have him on, and I only want to talk about when he stole those mushrooms.
I don't even remember what happened all the way with that, but I remember y'all got mad at each other.
Oh, I remember. I think Luminary was there, dude. She probably remembers. Listen, here's what happened. We were playing. I'm going off on an adventure. You know, I was
streaming Minecraft.
I was
at this
streaming.
time.
Yeah, I was streaming Minecraft, and everyone
Like
was
10
on, dude.
people.
Everybody was there, the whole gang, and I was. Some of you may remember I was building Blake Towers, dude. It was like this giant zooquarium tower. And I was trying to find animals for it, and I found an island of mushrooms, like from far off.
Mallory.
Me and Mallory. Well,
Mallory found it.
did she find it?
She found it, and you met her.
I don't know. I think me and Jacob found it, and then she met me later because of what happened.
Okay, my bad.
So I think me and Jacob found it. We were going on an adventure to look for armadillos, but we found mushrooms. So we start building boats. We don't have a lot of stuff with us. We try to get these mushrooms on boats, and we try to take them back. So I'm roping up some boats together. I think we only have the one boat, and we can't build anymore, or something like 2 boats, something. But basically, Jacob is like, "Hey, here's the thing. I see another island I want to go explore, so I'm taking one of the boats with the mushroom." And I'm like, "Jacob, please don't do this. Don't do this thing, because
You're gonna get killed.
you're gonna die. We're gonna lose one of the mushrooms." The plan, if we have both the mushrooms, is we can give them wheat, and we can breed them and have a bunch of baby mushrooms or whatever.
But we need 2.
We need 2 of them. He doesn't listen. He jumps in the boat and steals it with the mushroom. Just zooms off. So I'm just sitting there like flabbergasted with my one mushroom. Like, this is insane. I try to drive it back home. Sure, I mean, not 5 minutes pass. It pops up, Jason has died. Or whatever. You know, Jason was slain by a creeper. Whatever happened. And I was like, "Where's the mushroom,
Y'all
Jacob?
start screaming at each other.
Where's that mushroom?" He's like, "I don't know. It lost it. It died."
We
So
got
yeah,
blew
we
up,
get into
yeah?
we get into a little yelling match, and I'm like, "I told you this would happen. I told you you'd lose the mushroom." And he's like, "Well, what is I supposed to do?" And I was like, "Not take the boat with the mushroom." And it was the whole thing. Anyway, Mallory ends up coming to the rescue. She drives over with some more boats. We get more mushrooms. I needed some stew, Jacob. That's all right. Look, I'm not trying to rehash old wounds, but like, you have to admit, looking back, that's such a stupid reason to kill a mushroom. But anyway, Mallory brings a bunch of boats. We go back we find Mushroom Island again. We save the day.
Sounds like Mallory saved the day.
Well, I'm the one who found the island.
Yeah, but she was willing to come out there and help you because I wouldn't.
That's true. It was a whole thing. But anyway, dude, that's the classic mushroom story that never made it to YouTube.
Because it was too chaotic. Y'all were just screaming at each other for like 20 minutes.
It was a lot. It was bad. It was not my proudest moment.
Shame on you yelling at your little brother.
Hold on. He started it.
He didn't start yelling at you. That's you.
Well, he started acting up, which is worse.
No, I think what you did was worse.
That's great. Well, Jacob, I'm willing right here live on the podcast to say that I would apologize, but I don't feel bad about anything.
What the heck? Poor Jacob.
Would you drop the Discord when you get a second?
Yes.
What else? What else do we have to talk about? What are other topics?
Collections.
Oh, do you want to talk about that, or do you want to hit the Titanic first? Do you want to do the collections thing first?
Let's just do the collections thing first.
Okay.
Unless you're wanting to be almost done.
No, let's talk about our little collection. So we have. Well, I grew up, in the late 90s, early 2000s, when VHSs were a big thing. I had a bunch of VHSs growing up. And so I have a little collection of VHSs. And I want to say, what was it, like about a year or two ago? We have a VHS / DVD player that it just wouldn't work. But we got my cousin to work on it and fix it. So We got it to where it would play VHSs. He knew how to fix it. And me and Cynthia, she also has a collection of VHSs, and we went and like got some more from someone who was selling them for cheap. So we got just this whole little collection of VHSs, and for a long time we were doing this thing where like we have it in our room. We don't have a any kind of way to watch movies or anything in our room. We normally just go in there and sleep. We watch stuff in the living room, but we put a little TV in our room, and we hooked up the VHS player. And we were going through this phase where like I would pick a movie to watch one night or something. She would pick something to watch the next night, and we would just go back and forth. And we have such a different collection, so it would literally it would be like this every night. It would be like the Digimon movie, Barbie Swan Lake.
That's your pick.
Yeah, obviously, yeah, it would be Digimon movie for me. Then it would be Barbie and the Swan Lake. Then it would be like Pokemon 3, you know. Then it would be like Barbie and the Frog Prince or whatever. Oh, my favorite is the Iron Giant. That's probably my favorite VHS I have.
Yeah, I feel like that was the only time both of us enjoyed it.
She did not like Digimon. She was not a fan.
And you did not like Barbie.
Well, no, I didn't. But that's okay. It's okay not to like something, you know?
I agree. That's why I didn't like Digimon.
I gave it the old college try. I think that's all I could do.
That's all you could do.
What did you not like about Digimon? What was so bad about it?
It's just Team Move Pokemon.
Well, hold on. I actually...
Might as well just watch Pokemon at that point.
I would disagree.
Pokemon show's way cuter.
Yeah, but the Digimon have, like, weapons and stuff. They have, like, machine guns.
I don't care about that. It's all about the story.
That's fair. I would actually argue the Digimon anime had a better story.
Well, I didn't get too much into it. I just watched random episodes. Maybe, if I would have watched it at the time.
Right. But I can say that I totally see the appeal of the Barbie movies. I could see how, I don't know, someone maybe could enjoy those somehow.
Man, they're too good.
I didn't get it. I'll be honest, I didn't get it.
It's okay. It wasn't for you.
What is the appeal of it?
It gave me a lot of joy.
Is it just a nostalgia thing? Is it just what you watched, you know?
I feel like, yeah, and like, especially if you had a traumatic childhood, it's like, that's like a positive thing I could look back on and be like, I remember watching this with my sisters and how much I loved it, and I just was fascinated by it.
Okay.
Especially because, like, I didn't get to enjoy a lot of stuff, like games or shows or movies. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like it was like something I can actually remember that I did enjoy, with someone else not telling me,
Right.
you do or don't like this.
Okay. Well, I definitely respect that you do like it. I think I just grew up watching so much like anime that it just seemed like I didn't really watch a lot of American cartoons besides like SpongeBob and Rugrats either.
That makes sense. Makes a lot of sense.
I was watching because anime is a little more mature. Even when it's like a kid show, it has a lot more action in it than like the typical cartoon.
Yeah, that is true. A lot more stimulating.
Right. Not good
But
for you,
that's another
probably.
thing about Barbie is like it's so peaceful.
Yeah.
I feel like that's another big reason I like it is like the songs are so like beautiful, the visuals are like beautiful. I mean, it looks like atrocious now compared to like, now animated movies, but for the time it's just like freaking masterpiece.
Yeah, I get that.
I mean, there's a reason they still cost $20-something to watch on Amazon Prime.
No, people go crazy for them.
I mean, I bought the VHS on Amazon for like $15.
It does seem like
back to physical media.
My bad, sorry.
No, you're good.
So what do you want to talk about physical media? What is
Well, I'll just say a quick thing. Like, I miss the times, like, okay, we live out in the country, right? So we didn't used to have, like, Wi-Fi. So we had to have DVDs. We had to have movies, TV shows, the stuff we actually wanted to watch because we didn't have, the best access. Now that we have Wi-Fi, it's like, we don't have the physical copies of the movies we love or the new movies we love. So if it goes off of a streaming service, it's like, well, can't watch it.
Right.
So I miss those days. Even like not that was not even that long, but also like, having like MP3 player, like not having to pay for Spotify, not having to pay for all these subscriptions just to get the things that you like actually owning them.
Yeah.
Like even video games nowadays, people don't even own their video games like all through the monthly service where you get so many games free, and then as soon as you cancel that, even though you've been paying for it for X amount of months, you lose everything if you don't keep paying for it.
Don't even get to play those games unless you're paying for the subscription.
Yeah, which I find completely insane.
It is kind of crazy.
Especially if a game. Oh, sorry.
Well, no, I agree that I just don't find those subscriptions worth it, and I prefer owning the video game, even though like especially with like digital games, it's not really owning because like I don't have it like physical media.
Yeah.
But like with Steam, it's like you can't really own the games anymore. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Most PCs don't even have a disc drive.
Like, I even at least feel like you're owning the game. Like if you sign into your account, no matter if you cancel a subscription or not, you have the game.
Right.
That's fine. It's these subscription services with like Xbox, PlayStation, where it's like if you don't keep that subscription up to date, you lose everything that you've had this entire time. And it's like, what if you've had this subscription, okay, $10 a month for, 5 years? You've definitely paid off a $60 game. You know what I mean? So I almost feel like there should be like a tally. Let's say every month, and you're paying $10 a month. Let's say it's a $60 game. After 6 months, okay, I officially own that game. Like I've paid off the game, almost like that, instead of like you lose complete access. So I just have an issue with that.
I feel like those are really for people who just sit down and just don't do anything but play video games. That's the only way I feel like it's worth it.
They always need a new game.
Because like for me, even though I love getting video games, it's like, I don't know, when I was playing through Avowed, for example, like I didn't like need a ton of other games because like I was just, when wasn't playing Avowed, it wasn't like I was playing thousands of games off a stream. I was watching movies, you know what I mean? I was just doing stuff outside of video games, like, you know what I mean? Like I do things besides video games, so like it's really not like in a month I might play 2 big video games, plus maybe like a little video game on the side for fun or something, but like to pass time. So like paying that subscription is almost, it doesn't make sense. I could just buy the game I'm going to play for a month or 2, and like that's, you know what I mean? That's fine. That's good for me. And plus, like you said, you lose it. You don't pay your subscription, you lose it until you restart paying again. I've never liked that kind of thing in video games, but that's just a me thing. Some people love it. You know what I really liked about having physical media, especially like VHSs back in the day?
Mm-hmm.
Just how weird VHSs. I don't know, maybe this is just a me thing. I had some wacky VHSs. Things that, you won't even barely, like, find. Like, when you go to watch, there's so much, like, mainstream stuff. Like, you kind of don't see a lot of wacky stuff like this. I have a Cursed Pinocchio VHS.
Seeing the commercials, too.
Yeah. Yeah, I love VHS commercials. I love seeing a commercial for a VHS I also own, Like, I'll watch a Scooby-Doo one. Like, I'll be watching The Witch's Ghost, and it'll be like, look out this October for Scooby-Doo Cyber Chase on VHS. And I'll be like, oh, I got that one. I just, I really loved how many weird, wacky VHSs I have that, like, I don't even know where, you know what I mean? I don't even know where they came from. For all I know, I got them at a haunted garage sale or something.
I mean, to be frank, like, we literally found your sonogram video in the VHS collection, and it was insane. Because, like, you always hear, like, you always see pictures of sonogram, but you never, unless you've experienced it yourself, you've never just seen, like, a whole sonogram freaking video. And apparently, back in the day, in 1997, they used to put that crap on a VHS tape for the parents.
Oh, yeah.
And I found that so cool.
Talk about a jump scare, chat. Imagine us going through all our VHSs once we get the VHS player working. And it's like, we've got like a handful of just like unlabeled VHS cassettes, and I'm like, okay, let's just go burn through them. I got one of them's just like a movie that's like half recorded over. That definitely like was my mom's. It's like Dirty Dancing or something, not like a movie of mine at all. And we're going through it, and then we're like watching this one, and it just pops up, and it's like Blake's sonogram, like in like typed text, and it's just like 20 minutes of a sonogram of, I'm assuming, me
moving around in her belly. It was so cute though.
It was scary.
Yeah, well, it was pretty crazy. You were jumping around.
I did not like that.
Well, should we save the rest of our topics for next week? Because, I mean, I feel like we yapped a whole bunch.
We definitely could. Yeah, I feel like we made it pretty far. I'm pretty proud. What's your favorite VHS? Mine is the Haunted Pinocchio VHS.
Obviously, Swan Lake.
Swan Lake. Okay, that's fair.
Be for real.
I have another really cursed one, but I can't. We don't have it in this collection. I can't find it. It was a Pocahontas movie, but not the Disney's Pocahontas. It was a. I don't want to say claymation. I don't think it was made out of clay, but it was a stop motion like movie, and it was of like the Pocahontas story. But they were like little dolls. They were like little like almost like ceramic dolls or like porcelain dolls, kinda.
We never finished going through all the blank ones. It could still be in there.
No, I remember this one. It has a gold label, and it's called Pocahontas. I just don't have it. I remember it had a weird gold label, and it was... Jacob, put that shark away. We can't even see nothing, bro. What in the world? But yeah, I would love to find that one. I don't know. It might be with my grandparents somewhere. I don't know where it's at. Actually, as a matter of fact, and here's what's weird. I actually had 2 of the same VHS. I had 2 of this gold labeled Pocahontas stop motion movie.
You had 2 of them?
Yeah, 2 of the same movie.
That's crazy.
It was really creepy too. It had like pan flute music, which is the same kind of music they use in Midsummer. So like, just for reference, imagine hearing that music, but as in a kids movie. But yeah, I had 2 of them, and I remember because sometimes I'd be lazy, and what I would do is, like, if I was feeling active, I would rewind them both at the same time, and then, because I was bad about not rewinding my VHSs, what I would do is sometimes I would like, instead of rewinding one because it was like all the way in the front of the movie, that towards the end of the movie, I would just throw in the other one instead of rewinding it. Mm-hmm. But then I would, I'd be in the situation where I'd be like, well, now they're both unrewinded, and like sometimes that would judge what movie I would watch. Literally, I would be so lazy that sometimes I'm like, well, I really want to watch a some kind of Digimon tape, but they're all at the end, and I don't want to rewind one, so I guess I'm watching Rugrats.
I just happened to come across a post where apparently the creator of Elder Scrolls was throwing a fit because they didn't want to make a TV adaptation of the game.
Are they making a TV adaptation?
No, apparently they declined it.
Yeah. I don't think it'd be a very good show, to be honest.
And apparently he threw a fit about it or something.
Todd Howard's always throwing a fit about everything. Truthfully, the crybaby of the gaming industry.
What's his name?
Todd Howard.
That's crazy.
He's the worst. He's always going on and on about how like important it is. Like, you really got to put your artistic mind into video games, and it takes time. And which, don't get me wrong, I'm all about taking time to make a good game. The problem is he'll take all the time in the world and still make a terrible game. He's still living off the legacy of Skyrim. I love Skyrim. I think it's one of the better games ever made. But he's still just like mooching off the success of Skyrim. Like he hasn't made
he hasn't done anything good.
Yeah, like he hasn't made any 4 really bad games in between now and then.
Well, we know another company that does that. Bethesda.
That's who owns Bethesda. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, that's who does it?
Yeah, Todd Howard owns Bethesda. Well, really, Microsoft owns Bethesda, but he's like the head of it now.
Dang, did he make the Fallout guy from the show after himself?
Which Fallout guy?
Howard.
I don't think so. I really do.
That's,
I think
that's the ghoul's real name.
I don't know if he had that much of a hand in making the show. Like, I'm sure he had some hand, but I don't know how into it he was.
Yeah.
He's never done self-inserts as far as I know. I will say he really was a good, like, leader of a video game company back in the day. Like, obviously he made Skyrim and Fallout 3 and Fallout 4 for all the trash I talk. It's still a good game, but, like, he also thought 76 was excusable and The Elder Scrolls Online was good. And, you know, I don't know. He's made a lot of bad games, too. But I just wish he would get with the times and stop living off his past success.
Hey, I'm not gonna say who else I think falls into that category.
Me?
No.
Oh, okay, good.
Game of Thrones man.
George R.R. Martin?
Yep.
No.
Yeah, he's just living on the success of his past books and how they've gotten turned into a TV show, and then he just acts like he knows best, and he really doesn't.
Well, maybe, but I have a
But there's
theory
no
that
proof.
he's already written the books and just hasn't released them yet.
That doesn't mean. I think he's. Yeah,
We'll see.
I've said enough.
I've said my piece.
Yeah. Well,
Well,
because every time we bring him up, I start saying that.
yeah. I guess, dude, that's a good place to end it on web fishing.
It was just mostly us yapping about random crap.
That's what it always is, dude. That's the best. Chat, dude, please. You guys join the Discord, dude. Give us ideas. Give us a little Q&A if you want us to answer any questions or bring up any topics.
We normally do 10 questions a week, but we didn't get a chance to get to that tonight.
Yeah.
So.
We'll definitely bring it back, which is weird because we thought we might not have enough to talk about this week, but we yapped our way through it.
Sure did.
But yeah, definitely join the Discord, dude. Drop some questions you want answered. Just whatever, just yap with us. Whatever. If anyone knows anything about Marathon or has any interest in Marathon, dude, please talk about it in the Discord. I want to know more about Marathon. But that's pretty much it, dude. Make sure to check out my TikTok. Check out my... Obviously, you're probably on Twitch if you're seeing this. Check out my YouTube. Check out all my socials, dude. And we'll do this every Wednesday, 6:30 Central Time, PM. We'll see you guys there.
Wait,
Bye,
movie of the
Luminary.
week.
Huh? Oh, movie of the week
Wait.
next week?
Yeah, just
What?
a reminder about it.
Oh, that's right. The next movie for next week is Megan 2.0 on Netflix. So if you want to go watch that, we'll talk about it next week. That'd be good. Appreciate you guys so much. Hope everybody has a great night. Jacob, it was good to see you. Luminary, I'm glad you finally made it to fishing with us, dude. I'm glad you were able to make it. Next week will probably be the same, dude. We'll probably yap about nothing, dude. But we'll see you there. Bye, chat.
Bye, chat.